I don't even know how to intro this video because there's nothing I can say that will actually do the scope of this corruption and diabolical scandal justice. But I will give you the premise. It's around Legos. And I know you probably immediately roll your eyes going, oh, well, that's probably nothing super crazy. Buster, you don't know the half of it. A YouTuber named RecklessBin conducted a thorough investigation on a huge Lego-related crime. It is a crazy web of malicious bad actors, shady individuals. It's like the Lego cartel. I don't know how to do this intro to really lay the foundation in a way that captures the scope because it is that big. So I highly recommend you watch his entire video. I'm going to go over a lot of it here because I have been captivated by this, and this is only part one. It actually, there's more to it, but I think it's only fitting that we start from the very beginning.
Man spent his life collecting what's now known as the world's largest Lego Star Wars collection ever. It's estimated to be worth around $200,000. And then the entire thing got stolen, and the police are actively working with the thieves to cover the entire thing up. But the craziest part is that the collector doesn't even know that his collection's been stolen. Yeah, the collector's son, Brian, well, he reached out to me because he has no clue how to break this news to his dad.
So that's the surface level analysis here. It becomes like a full-blown fucking noir film, though. It gets so deep. But fundamentally, a individual who has spent years and tons of money accumulating an extremely valuable Lego collection worth up to $200,000 of value has had it stolen from him, unbeknown to him, and unfortunately law enforcement has repeatedly shown that they have no interest in investigating this case or helping in any way, and have instead been far more on the side of the dubious perpetrators. And this individual's son has reached out to this YouTuber RecklessBin because he's just caught in between a rock and a hard cock at this point. Like, there's very few options left since going through the proper channels of, like, the police, who you would expect to, maybe do something about this because it is a crime, it is a big deal. That's a lot of money, by the way. But that was fruitless. They were far more interested in just shooing them away and even threatening to have them arrested multiple times. So Brian, the son, teamed up with Ben and his team to do everything they could to try and either get him his Legos back, his father's Legos back, or get them the payment that they were due for the Legos, which, a lot of money.
But anyways, the thief of this collection is actually a corporation called Bricks and Minifigs.
Bricks and Minifigs, the biggest toy store of its kind.
Is the largest toy store.
Bricks and Minifigs were not just your average Lego store.
For collectors, Bricks and Minifigs is basically seen as the best and safest way to sell your Lego collections.
I'm selling my Legos.
Now, even me, a drooling Cro-Magnon man who is not deep into the Lego community, I've heard of Bricks and Minifigs. They are a big corporation, and I do know that they are considered, or at least were considered prior to this, the gold standard when it comes to selling your Legos. So the fact that they are the corporation that's implicated in this actually was pretty surprising to me, because they're like the only company in this space that I'd heard of. And it turns out, well, might not be all sunshine and titties over there. It may be a lot of malicious bad actors, potentially.
Brian thought that this would be the perfect store to finally sell his dad's Lego Star Wars collection.
So I wrote up a contract.
In the contract, it says that these are still the family's Lego sets, but every time one gets sold, the store gets to keep a small percentage of each sale.
This was a store's worth of inventory. So that store that day was nothing but my dad's collection. Like, all the shelves filled. They had to bring in extra shelves and filled the whole party room with shelves.
But the owner of the franchise, this woman, well, her husband had to actually leave the country due to some work-related reasons.
My husband and I were planning on moving out of the country.
They did everything correct when it came to selling his father's collection to Bricks and Minifigs, so they got his Library of Alexandria of Lego collection. They got the fucking One Piece, and basically it was the entire store's inventory. They had to call in the cavalry in order to take it all. And the owner of the franchise, which is that woman right there that is being interviewed by Ben, made a mention that her and her husband were actually planning on moving out of the country. And when she informed corporate about this, they said that, you know what, there is a seller who is potentially interested in owning in that area. And then it went straight down the shitter. It spiraled into some degeneracy where they informed her that they were terminating her franchise agreement. They were threatening to call the cops on her. You're excommunicado here, like it's fucking John Wick. And she made a point to say, you know, this isn't right. This is not comfortable. I'm not leaving without doing inventory. But they wanted her out of there. You know, hit the road, Buster. And it's actually backed up by irrefutable evidence.
She was actually able to save all the security camera footage from that night, proving that everything she just said is true.
All the footage and evidence is there. In the security cam footage, it's him at the store kicking her out. In that footage they sent us is Crystal asking him, how am I supposed to pay this guy? These are sets he has not been paid for. The corporation is sitting there on video saying they're going to take it.
After this woman got kicked out of her own store, she called Brian explaining how corporate just came down and is now trying to take the world's largest Lego Star Wars collection without paying for it.
I feel like I have to be extremely careful and pussyfoot around what I'm allowed to show, but in Reckless Ben's video, he does show the security camera footage, and it does have someone go in confirming that they are taking on that business, and most notably, a very important thing that is captured on film is him saying that they also take on the consignment. That means that they are legally taking on the responsibility of Brian's Legos. At least, as I understand it, that's how it seems to be. That is something very important to remember going forward. I mean, how do you possibly wiggle your way out of that one? That's pretty indefensible. It's right there on camera, 4K in the cringe compilation. It feels like checkmate to me, but this is bricks and minifigs we're talking about. These are supervillains here. We got some like actual diabolical demons in that food chain. So Brian, the son, reached out asking, well, what happened to the previous owner? And that's when he was informed that, oh, she's gone. She went straight to Valhalla. Corporate's taken this over now. And he was like, okay, well, what about my collection? All that vintage Star Wars that you have in your store right now on your shelves, that's ours, and we haven't been paid for it. We have a contract. We have all of this evidence of this deal, and still haven't been paid. And things soured. They weren't willing to play ball with that, and then eventually it led to Brian and the store here, the new guy, clashing, where he was like, okay, so like what's next steps here? Maybe we go to court. And the guy, according to Brian, crossed his arms, and really he had an exorcism moment there. He let the mask slip, he let the evil out, and was basically just threatening him, saying like, look, if we go in this route, we are going to basically bleed you dry. We are going to drain the piss from your balls legally, and it will end up costing you more than you would have ever gotten for this collection in the first place. So if that's what you want to do, buckle your seatbelt. That kind of thing. And Brian's like, okay, well, what was I supposed to do? Because Brian's father, the owner of this collection, has had health problems, and it's not exactly something they can afford to do, getting into this extremely lengthy... Boy, howdy, I can't believe it. The title is not clickbait. This is big. Color me blue and call me a smurf. I'm looking real stupid right now because I've been quite the Scrooge humbugging, saying that it'll never happen. They'll never release the Epstein files, and look what happens. Random Friday evening, they drop these puppies. Oh, you know, the same Epstein files that the government also tried to say aren't real are actually a huge hoax, and you're an idiot if you believe in them. They're like the Tooth Fairy or something, no such thing. Oh, well, here's those Epstein files that we said not long ago weren't real, by the way. Finally, all of the information on all of these evil pedophiles right here at our fingertips. We get one sentence and then pretty much everything else redacted. And this isn't some isolated incident where I'm cherry-picking shit. The bulk of these files are heavily redacted, and heavily doesn't even do it justice. It's so beyond that. Like, it is redacted to a comical degree where it would be laughable if it wasn't just so blatantly evil. Like, look at the thumbnail here. You could close your eyes and see the same thing that these files show you, which is just nothing. Darkness. I always said if they do release it, it'll probably be heavily redacted. I didn't even expect it to be this extreme. This is crazy. They don't even let like a couple of like rogue words fly, like random like the or and. It's all just blacked out emptiness. They released hundreds of pages of it's unfucking believable. Yeah, we've really got these evil pedophiles on the ropes now. Now that the most transparent administration in history has dropped these puppies fresh on our laps here. Look at this. Wow. We've really got them now. We've got them cornered. Surely they'll be held accountable with this out there.
We'll talk about blacking out. I don't know if I can get a close-up of my phone. This is one of the documents that the Justice Department released. It's 100 pages.
Right.
This is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see. It's all black. It's just 100 pages of redaction. That's the transparency we're getting here.
Right, and I'll point to...
This is like the LaCroix of Epstein files, where it's the idea of the files themselves, not actually providing anything. Imagine scrolling through those 100 pages of just pure void emptiness. What the fuck? That is absurd. Now, it's not just these empty files that they plopped out there in the open. They did also provide a lot of new photos that show people like Bill Clinton with Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell, as well as like Chris Tucker, even Michael Jackson. Like there were a large amount of photos that weren't previously public. And in those photos, there are individuals whose identity is redacted. They have like the giant black square over them. They've been censored. And I thought that was supposed to be for victims, you know? But according to what I read, this actually comes from Fox News. They said the Justice Department redacted the names and identifiers of victims. Fox News Digital has learned that the same redaction standards were applied to politically exposed individuals and government officials. What the fuck? Why would those same redaction standards be applied to politically exposed individuals? That's like the most important individual to be exposed in these Epstein files. Why would that under any circumstances be suitable for a redaction? That's fucking crazy. So, like, they can just be censored out like it's fucking Super Smash Bros. Melee when you're about to unlock a new fighter through, like, a challenge approaching you. Why? That makes no sense. That should just be reserved solely for the victims here. I don't understand, if this is true, why they would be able to redact that kind of information on politically exposed individuals. And it doesn't apply to all politically exposed individuals, clearly, because Bill Clinton is completely unmasked here. He is just, like, raw out in the open in these photos, as well as others, like I mentioned. So it was, I guess there was exceptions for some of them. I'm not exactly sure how the ruling all worked. There's like a bunch of like nuance to it here. It's very confusing, but under no circumstances should there have been exceptions for these politically exposed individuals in the Epstein files and photos. That's really peculiar, and that really seems extremely corrupt because they should all be going to jail. Like, take, for example, Bill fucking Clinton here. This guy's like the Ronald McDonald to Jeffrey Epstein's empire of child sex trafficking. This guy is in so many photos with so much evidence to support how deeply involved he was as a client. We now have even more photos of him, and still nothing has happened to Bill Clinton. The only person with more photographs with Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell is Trump. And speaking of Trump, he is doing everything in his power to ensure Maxwell has the easiest time imaginable. Maxwell, the only person, by the way, who has ever faced even an iota of punishment for all of the innumerable, unthinkable, heinous crimes with Jeffrey Epstein's empire of child sex trafficking, the only person who faced even the slightest punishment, he has now ensured went from a prison to a fucking summer camp where she gets to, like, pet training service dogs now, and she lives luxuriously there. It's pretty weird. I think it's very odd that these files are so heavily redacted. I think there's also a very good chance that the photos released were probably not the entire kit and caboodle. I would bet there were probably even more photos that we don't have access to and have probably been completely burned and buried somewhere that just don't exist anymore. That would be my guess. And if you're wondering about any new photos of Trump with Jeffrey Epstein or Maxwell, there's not really anything new there, but he does appear in a few of these photos they released, like this one where there is a framed photo of him with Jeffrey Epstein and Melania in between, as well as this right here where you can see two different pictures of Trump in the drawer. So overall, no like new photos of them together, but there is a framed one and a couple in that drawer, so he did like to keep photos of Trump around of the two when they hung out. And it's hard to say if there's any new evidence there because there isn't anything new in the files themselves since it's all fucking redacted. So the only thing like new here are some of these photographs, which also are redacted, and while I thought it was supposed to be reserved solely for victims, it seems as though there is the potential that it was also used to hide politically exposed individuals. I don't know if that's 100% confirmed or not, but there is now a lot of hoopla saying that this doesn't comply with what was actually sought, and they are looking to pursue further action because they redacted so much that they weren't allowed to. So I guess we'll see how it all shakes out, but holy shit, I still cannot believe what they released here in the state that it is. I can't believe they thought this would go over well with literally anybody to release hundreds of pages of pure redactions. That's unbelievable. But as far as the new photos go, I don't see how that's not actionable to at least try and investigate further. In particular, someone like Bill Clinton, who's here constantly. This guy's popping up like it's Where's Waldo, but he's really easy to spot. I don't understand how, if all of this information has existed for this long, and even in this administration that was denying its existence, why don't they do anything about what they have? I feel like it should warrant, at the very least, some further poking around to see what the fuck was happening here. Like, it just makes no sense to me until you start to realize that all of these people in power, this administration, the previous administration too, who also didn't release anything of substance when it comes to the Jeffrey Epstein case, still nobody's been punished. It's very clear when you realize that there are people on both sides of the political aisle here that are implicated, and should someone like Bill Clinton fall, there's a chance that many others do too that they don't want being exposed. I think that's probably why there's been so little action being taken. It's just so fucking sickening how blatant this corruption is, just out in the open. And now with these documents they released, if you can even call them that, it's even more clear as day just how deep this rot goes. It's fucking absurd. Anyway, I had to yap about this a bit. That's it. It's an extremely expensive legal battle. So now that brings us to Reckless Ben's involvement here, because there aren't a ton of options for Brian's family. And since that interaction, they have been flooding their social media page with those vintage Star Wars Legos that they still haven't paid for, which feels like they are just gloating and goatseeing, just openly mocking Brian and his father's collection, just insulting the family.
And why are the cops not helping?
But luckily for Brian, a YouTuber ended up catching wind of this story and created a team of YouTubers to do whatever they could to get Brian his Legos back.
This is the full inventory of all the sets and minifigs.
We can figure out how to get this guy his money and his stuff back.
But right after they started, they instantly stopped working on this case. So I called one of them to find out why.
So they were threatening legal action against us. You know, Bricks and Minifigs, which is a pretty big company who probably has way more resources than we can, really put up a fight against.
Bricks and Minifigs knows that they can just bully anyone that tries to expose them with frivolous lawsuits.
So this story here wasn't something that totally flew under the radar. There were people that knew about it. So there was a group of YouTubers that wanted to try their best to get him his money for his collection. But when they picked up the case, they were allegedly threatened with legal action from Bricks and Minifigs, which is something we've seen countless times in the past with these corporations, that when some of the dirtiness starts to hit the mainstream, they then lash out litigiously to silence them, like Reckless Ben says, to bully them into this submission, because they know they have more money and they are going to use that against these YouTubers that don't have the means of fighting against a company of their size. Now, what happens next in the video is something I'm not sure if I'm allowed to share. In Reckless Ben's video, I've noticed he's edited it to have like blurs around the video, but it's not actually blurring anything, but I think he was trying to with the YouTube editing tool. So I'm just going to describe what happens, and if you want to see it, go to Reckless Ben's video for it. But he actually goes directly to the Bricks and Minifig, 16-hour drive with his friends. He went there and he was wearing the glasses that you can record with, which you've seen a bunch of fucking TikTok pranksters using for nefarious means. But he goes there and he just asks the employee, "Hey, I'm here inquiring about Brian's collection." He uses the name Brian. And immediately, they've only had like 2 sentences shared between them where he says hello and she says hello, how are you, that kind of thing. And then he says, "Hey, I'm here to ask about this Lego collection from Brian." And then she instantly says, "You need to leave." And then she starts putting up a big stink about how she's being harassed, even though he hasn't said anything else. He's just mentioned Brian's Legos and asked, like, what's the deal with all of that? She instantly starts playing this card of, like, he's harassing me, holy fuck! It hurts! And then she gets on the phone, talking about, like, check the cameras. This fucking creep psychopath has come in harassing me, all because he's asked about Brian's Legos. She then tried to give him the runaround saying, like, this is corporate, not me, scram, dweeb, take it up with corporate. But he already went to corporate and he showed more footage of that interaction where they at corporate were saying, well, you gotta take it up with her. So they're just giving him the runaround, just sending him on a wild goose chase here, this game of hot potato that nobody wants to actually, like, take responsibility for. Eventually, he does get the owner of that shop on the horn and says, hey, I'm looking to get these Legos back for my friend. And he keeps saying, why do you think you're entitled to our inventory? And then he says, like, hey, look, I have the contract. These are still his Legos. And by the contract that they have, Brian, with this store, seems like they are indeed still his Legos. So he's saying, hey, they're his. And he goes, you stupid? Are you stupid? Are you an idiot? That's what the owner keeps saying to this guy. And then the police arrive.
We just have them in the store and we just like to pick them up, I guess, because they were going to sell it for us, but I guess they're not selling it for us anymore.
But does it sound like they want you here, right? So they
well, but they have our sets, though, yeah.
I understand that. Right here, the factor is that they don't want you, they're a private owned store, and they don't want you on the front. Okay.
But I don't want them to keep the Lego sets, though.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
The police officer literally didn't care at all that the store just stole $200,000 worth of Legos. For some reason, he made it seem like I was the bad guy.
So you are trespass from here. So
okay.
Trespass for life. So if you come back.
Oh, for life?
Yeah. If you come back, you could be arrested.
This part I feel like I can show. This is now outside of the business interacting with law enforcement, so I'm pretty sure this one's okay. You can see this interaction. So the officer shows up because the lady had called the police about all of this. And he is now being trespassed for life. He is blacklisted from entering this Bricks and Minifigs forever, till the heat death of the universe. And Reckless Ben is trying to explain, hey, I'm here because we had a deal. They're not selling the Legos, so I'm here to try and get them back. And he's not listening to it at all. He's not even entertaining the idea of, like, maybe he had a reason to be here. Maybe there is something going on.
Brian did warn me that the police are actively trying to cover this up. So Brian and I are now officially trespassed from the store. And if we ever come back to ask for his own Lego collection back, then we are going to be arrested.
Is there, I guess, a reason why they're able to just take all the Legos and not give it back, or?
So, we just gotta leave.
I just have to leave?
So, leave now.
Now, I've watched a lot of body cams. I'm something of a connoisseur of body cams, and this behavior from the officer is a little peculiar because in instances of, like, someone being trespassed, I've usually seen, like, a conversation about, like, what was your purpose here? Like, why were you here in the first place? And he's trying to explain, like, hey, look, they took this from me, like, my friend. And then he's even asking the officer, well, what can I do to get it back then? And instead of answering that question, he's just like, nope, you've just got to leave. Which is odd, because typically, if there is, like, an actual reason for them being there, the officer, in the past from what I've seen, has guided them to, like, hey, we'll take it up with this department, or we can look into this later, file a report, that kind of thing. The officer's not doing anything like that. He is instantly just shutting that shit down, putting the kibosh on it, just reiterating that you've got to leave. And, like, I understand he was called there solely to trespass him, but even still, he could say, like, we can handle this, you know, through the official channels, through this way, if there is actually a grievance here, but for now, you just have to leave the property. That's how I've seen it handled in the past. Now, since he was trespassed from that location, he went back to corporate and actually talked with the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs. His name is Ammon McNeff, and he just instantly goes liar, liar, pants on fire mode. Again, this is filmed with his glasses here, so I don't know if I'm allowed to show it, but if you want to see it, I guess while it's still up on Reckless Ben's channel, you can go see how this went. But he is now denying that they even have Brian's Legos. He's like, who is Brian? I've never heard of that guy. So then Ben pulls up their social media showing all the posts that they have made about Brian's collection, his vintage Star Wars Legos, showing them that they are literally flaunting it, and even showing, like, where they talk about the value of his collection, showing it to his face that they do have his Legos. So even though he keeps, like, outright denying it, their own social media betrays his words. It then goes the same way it always seems to with these Bricks and Minifigs zombies. This guy actually has a cartoonishly evil mustache. He's got a twirled mustache, and he ends up just saying, you know what, you're wrong, get the fuck out of here, don't know what you're talking about, if you come back, you'll be arrested. So he gets the police on there, and he's basically been trespassed there, so he can't step foot. He then, through a series of plans, gets a employee of the store on his side, gets the owner's number, and then calls the owner directly, and finally presents the contract to the owner, who is once again doing the same thing the CEO was, saying, I don't know what Legos you're talking about, we don't have these Legos, what are you blabbering about, weirdo? So he sends him the contract, he's like, oh, well, I never signed that contract, there's no signed contract with me, and he's right, because it is the previous owner's name on there. But the thing is, when they took it over, they said that they are taking on those previous business agreements. They are taking on the consignments like this Lego collection that they had from Brian, which they are still actively hawking. They still have it, and they haven't paid for it. So that excuse can't work. I don't feel like there's some legal loophole there when they have taken over this business and agreed to take on these consignments, according to what we have evidence of. So I feel like there's no way that they could weasel themselves out of it, like actually by law. It feels highly illegal what they're doing. And once again, these brainwashed ghouls at Bricks and Minifigs devolve into the same thing. You're harassing me! I'm calling the cops. So once he is basically, putting the fucking full Nelson here, the contract is there, he tries to claim that's not how the law works. We don't take on the business that we take over. So like this previous owner's contract no longer includes us, even though we're still selling that inventory, and even though the contract is still applicable to the business we took over, even though it's just not my name on there, so it doesn't count, which means we don't actually have to pay for this collection that we have an agreement with and that we are still actively selling. You guys are wrong, you're harassing me, and I'm calling the cops. That's how that ends with the owner there. And then Brian talks about how when he tried to sue them, oh, I forgot to mention, the owner, of course, tried to play hardball saying, well, sue me then. If that's how the law works, sue me. Because he knows that as this big corporation, they have enough resources to drag it out and make it very painful for just the average Joe Schmo. And then Brian starts to talk about how when he did try and sue them, go through the legal channels, it wasn't exactly smooth sailing or easy.
Brian already tried to sue him, and it didn't work.
We've been to a couple attorneys, and they basically spelled it out, saying here's the path that's going to happen if you go down each of these routes. They're now in Spain, so we're getting into that whole international thing just to have them an injunction on the store to have them go back and prove what they've sold and not. And that's like $60,000 to $70,000.
Yeah, Bricks and Minifigs knows that Brian and his dad don't have nearly enough resources to sue a company as big as Bricks and Minifigs.
He's like, we're gonna keep these. You're gonna walk away from this. You're not coming back. And if you choose to sue us, we will drag this out in court till it is well past what this collection is worth.
Which is something he touched on earlier with the initial threats that were made against him when he tried to inquire about either the payment for his father's Lego collection, which they have, or getting the Legos back, which they're refusing to do. They have this huge inventory that they have not paid for. They have not fulfilled the obligations of the contract with the store, and he is not getting them back, and they're saying he's not entitled to it. It's so fucking disgusting, man.
Their tagline, because it's boring, and I changed it to, we steal from old people.
Wow. Actually, huge wow. A massive batch of Epstein files just dropped in hot, fresh off the battle bus here from the top turnbuckle out of nowhere. I didn't think we'd even see any more with the DOJ putting up that huge stink even recently about like how courts can't force them to release it, this and that. It seemed like this was never going to happen because getting them to comply with the law was like pulling teeth. So they were a month late, but they actually released like millions of Epstein files. And there are huge, disgusting, evil things that have been uncovered in this latest batch of Epstein files. This time around, it's a little different than their previous release where there were hundreds of pages of blacked out redactions and that was basically it. This is what you saw with the Epstein files, except I thought that was going to make the camera go black. You get the idea. It was basically just staring into the fucking void. It was just pitch black because everything was redacted. It was just a lot of nothing. But even amidst that nothing, they were so fucking incompetent that they left in the ability to unredact the files yourself, where people were able to catch them breaking the law, where a lot of the redacted names were not names of victims. They were various other things, and a lot of the redactions were clearly not victims. Sometimes it even seemed like the redactions were there to protect the names of potential clients and perpetrators, which again is a complete violation of the Epstein Files Transparency Act that they were supposed to be following. But again, even with them farting out completely blacked out pages to protect these pedophiles in power, there were still a lot of huge revelations that came from this, such as co-conspirators that for some reason they never pursued. We don't know who they were because their names have been redacted conveniently, but we learned that there were co-conspirators they were investigating, and I guess they just let the leads dry up and then just said, fiddlesticks, they're gone. Now time to pretend they don't exist. Like Kash Patel under oath lying about it. Perjury Patel, by the way, still not punished for it. And speaking of unpunished, you know who else has been unpunished? Every fucking Epstein client, all of these rapists and pedophiles, all of them still just getting away with these unthinkable crimes. No one being handcuffed and thrown in the slammer. Doesn't even seem like they're pursuing any investigations or anything into it. Across 2 administrations now, no fucking arrests outside of Maxwell, who Trump has done everything in his power to ensure she is treated like a queen at a new summer camp that she now resides at. Barely even a fucking prison. This is lunacy of the highest caliber. Now anyway, I know I'm getting kind of sidetracked here with like the previously on Dragon Ball Z with this whole saga. The most recent batch of Epstein files came out a couple hours ago. Millions of files, so people are still combing through them, but what they are finding is alarming. Trump's name, of course, is all over these files. His name appears more in these Epstein files than Green Eggs and Ham appeared in the fucking Green Eggs and Ham Dr. Seuss book. His name is everywhere with numerous allegations about terrible, awful things. Some things we had heard little bits and pieces about from previous Epstein releases, but this one has significantly more, including this FBI report that claims Trump has been compromised by Israel, which anyone who's been paying attention to this administration shouldn't really be surprised at. I don't think anyone heard that and recoiled in their chair going, "What?" If anyone's followed everything that's been going on in regards to Trump and Israel, it should be no surprise that the FBI believed he was compromised, is compromised as well, most likely. But this is, again, new information that is hitting the public here from official sources in these Epstein files. These are big. Another huge name appearing in here is Bill Gates. So Bill Gates had an exchange with Jeffrey Epstein, and I think it's been known for a long time Bill Gates was associated with Jeffrey Epstein, but this information here is new that talks about how he contracted an STD apparently and had asked Jeffrey Epstein to provide him with antibiotics that he could secretly dose Melinda with. He had contracted it from Russian girls apparently. Another massive name coming in is Elon Musk, who had an email chain with Jeffrey Epstein that was in these files about him trying to plan a visit to Jeffrey Epstein's island, and he seemed to want to find the wildest party, the best time to come through to the island, and he was trying to make plans to go visit the island. These new files also expose blatant lies that a lot of really powerful people tried to peddle to get themselves out of hot water in regards to their close connection to Jeffrey Epstein, like Howard Lutnick. Howard Lutnick is Trump's commerce secretary, and he claimed he cut ties with Jeffrey Epstein in 2005, yet in these files we can clearly see he was emailing Epstein in 2012 planning a trip out there, saying, "Hi Jeff, we are landing in St. Thomas early Saturday afternoon and planning to head over to St. Bart on Monday at some point. Where are you located? Does Sunday evening for dinner sound good? I have another couple, Michael and Mary Lehrman, with me on my boat, and each of us has 4 children. 2 16s, 2 14s, a 13, a 12, an 11, and a 7-year-old. Thanks, Howard." What a disgusting freak. He's even listing out the ages of the children that are joining them on their planned trip to Epstein's Island. This is in 2012. That's quite a few years after 2005, Howard. Seems like you told a big-time fib. Howard said that he had visited Epstein's house in 2005, but it culminated with him getting the heebie-jeebies. He called him gross and said that was basically kaput. That was the end of his relationship with Epstein. He washed his hands of him back in 2005, but that clearly wasn't true now, was it, Howard? These emails are from 2012, planning a trip out there and making a very odd mention of a bunch of children and their ages that will be joining you to Epstein's Island. Howard Lutnick is your U.S. Secretary of Commerce under Trump right now. This is your Commerce Secretary. And he is one of many very powerful politicians whom you'll find in these new Epstein files and previous Epstein files as well. These are just a few of many names, new names as well, very powerful people who appear in these files with alleged horrible, horrible things that they have done in connection with Jeffrey Epstein and the island. It is a big, big deal. This is undoubtedly just the tip of the iceberg here. This latest batch was millions of files, so there is still a lot of information out there that hasn't been adequately combed through, and still what we are learning right now is heinous. And I feel like it should be pretty obvious that there needs to be investigations conducted here, and maybe a little bit of fucking justice. Maybe some of these evil fucking demons getting arrested, perhaps. Why are none of these people in these Epstein files even being looked into at all? Why does Kash Patel lie under oath about there not being an Epstein list or clients or like co-conspirators when we now have all this available evidence that confirms there definitely were co-conspirators, there definitely are clients, and there is nothing being done, not in this administration, not the previous administration, to hold any of them accountable or find them. This is a huge deal that nobody should be trying to like minimize the importance of. For some reason, people are trying to pretend as though this is something we should just like brush aside, move on from the whole Epstein fiasco. That is craziness. There are people in the most powerful positions of government right now that are rapists and pedophiles that have got away with unthinkable crimes, and they need to be held accountable. We have so much information here. We have so many names, and we need them to be investigated. We need justice. I don't know why so many people are so okay with being governed by these monsters. It's baffling to me. It actually boggles my fucking mind. This latest batch shows even more evidence, shines even more light on these terrible, terrible things that unfolded here, and the close connections a lot of powerful people had to Epstein and the island. I'll continue to look into the files and see what else turns up from all of this. I'll be, of course, keeping my finger on the pulse of it, and I highly encourage all of you to be paying very close attention to it and the people named in these Epstein files, and the people that try and defend it as well. That is unacceptable. This is indefensible. There's no excuse for it. So anyway, wanted to just give you an update here. That's really about it. See ya. No mercy, no mercy. Okay, last guy. Oh, fuck! He's got a head of steam. Oh, it's a short guy, too. We're so cooked. Unless? Keep him wrapped up. Oh my god, I actually just TKO'd that guy. Let's go. Alright. Come on! Finally! Alright. New boss. Who do we got? Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. This seems hard. Oh, okay. Just get out. Close. I had to. I literally had no choice. I was stuck. He shish kebabbed me. You really thought, huh? Adorable. You. Oh! What did I step on? Nice. Oh, okay, I'm stepping on something sharp. Do not step where I stepped. Trust me, you don't want to step there. Okay, you've got this from here, right? It is crazy that the most dangerous part of these fights is just what's on the ground. Finish him. Oh. What the fuck? This is so cringe. That is now the third time that's happened here. Oh, what the fuck? That cut my hand off, by the way. There was no power behind that at all. I came by and blew a kiss at him with that one. Alright, back to the boss. Back to the boss. Let's get it. I have a good weapon now. Instant kill. You love to see that, pussy. Yeah! Yeah! Let's go! We are cruising on this run right now. You get hit by this, it's your own fault. I'm using no technique. Oh. Oh, wow. Uh-oh. He's using the same axe and they instantly killed my friend. Ooh. Got his throat at least. Nice. He killed the other guy. Oh, shit. What? He stood up! Is there a field medic that just gave him a new throat? Someone performed tracheotomy in here? What the hell? Alright, thank you for putting him down. That was a goddamn miracle. Got a piece of... Oh! Clutch. Actually so clutch. Boss. Oh man, that was smooth. Whew. Oh. Okay, reset, reset. God damn it! I bruised the shit out of his face, but he's good. He's good. He's persistent. What is going on with my axe? What is going on with my axe? It's not getting a swing cooked up. Oh. I'm getting desperate. I'm getting desperate. Ow! Reset, reset. Reset. Oh, he's wiggling his fucking wiener at me. Christ. God, he's tall. Oh, shit. No, no, no. It's okay. That's okay. Man, I had a really good hit on him in the beginning, and then it was very hard to get in again. Wow. Can you stop mutilating his corpse and help me fight the guy that's... Can you fucking stop? Here. Now hit the other guy. I'm too injured to swing this... Oh, wow, that was good. Oh, wow, that was good. Alright, back to boss. Okay, come on. Come on! God damn it! Send him to hell! Ah! I bruised him again immediately. Reset, reset. No. Yes. Yes. What is happening? Separate, separate. What the fuck is this guy? This guy is unbelievably unhinged. This is a fucking psychopath. Holy shit! There we go, finally. Had to put down that wild animal. Holy! Nice, we are so deep! I don't really want to use that fucking drumstick. Oh yeah, we're doing axe again. I'm all in on axe. That was fun, that was nice, I felt good! Oh wow. Oh, yikes. Okay, there's one. Alright, there's two. What just happened? They just ate my ass. As Bricks and Minifigs says, they don't do consignment, but in this case, the franchisee went rogue, which is what Ammon is now claiming, which I'm going to show you in a moment. If that is the case, why are they still not giving the Legos that they have back? Why has it been such a stink? Why has it been a fucking slobber knocker here, vehemently fighting against it? Now again, all the evidence seems to point to that being a liar, liar, plants for hire moment from Bricks and Minifigs, considering in the contracts that we have available for us to sink our little teeth in, they do outright say that consignment is permissible. There is no prohibitive language around that to forbid franchisees from doing consignment. Crystal provided her contract that says that consignment is possible, but as Legal Eagle says, it is also possible that maybe there was an update to that where they then did outlaw it and they signed it. That's possible, but we're just guessing. We don't know. What we do know, though, is that based on these contracts, there is nothing prohibitive about consignment with Bricks and Minifigs from these franchisees. But anyway, again, if it isn't something they do, then why have they been so against giving it back? Josh was even like, I don't feel like giving it back. He was calling us. He was hitting me up on the horn. He was ringing my telephone, and I didn't like when he did that. So I'm just not going to do it, and I don't even think I really need to, actually. So you can suck on my fucking winky. You want to suck on my wiener? How about that? How about that instead of giving you back the Legos? Like, again, if you don't do it, then you shouldn't have it there. It's not yours. Should give it back. You should have to give it back. And that's still, even after watching Legal Eagle and tons of other law experts and lawyers and everything weigh in on it, like, it still seems to be like, yeah, they don't really have true authority to seize that collection there just because the previous owners had a consignment deal that now they don't do consignment doesn't mean the new owners get to swoop in and now it's theirs. It's still... Brian's property would be independent of whatever happened there, at least as I understand it. And with the example that Legal Eagle gives there, I think that makes a lot of sense. If a franchisee takes in a vehicle, they discipline the franchisee, say, kick dirt, that doesn't mean that the franchisor now owns that vehicle because of that. That would be a huge can of worms. That'd be a huge fucking issue, and that'd be very easy to exploit. So I just don't see a world where there's any real justification for not giving him the Legos back or anything of that.
But we know that consignment agreements can be very difficult, and so we make sure that in our operations manual, through all of our training, we train all franchisees that consignment is not part of our model. It's written into the operations manual, it's trained on, it's very explicit. However, unfortunately, we had a franchisee go rogue and enter into a consignment agreement without our knowledge or authorization.
Stop twirling your mustache, Ammon. Holy cannoli. Jiminy Christmas, bro, stop twirling it. You actually look like a comic book bad guy. And the way he talks about the previous owners, the Gormans, he's talking about it like, Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne. She just signed a consignment agreement without our know-how, without our permission, our authorization. Holy shit. That kind of thing. And he's talking about like how they explicitly state no consignment, that kind of thing. We train them against it. That's forbidden. We spit on consignment. But again, if you look at the contracts, it is in there as an option. It is not prohibitive. So I don't know where this is coming from, unless it's a newer thing, which is possible. It definitely could be a newer thing. But then why doesn't he make it more clear and more transparent? Like, yes, we did offer consignment services as an option to our franchisees. But we recognized how messy and difficult that can be, so we did stop that practice not too long ago with an updated agreement with franchise locations. And one of the stores must not have paid attention, and they did a consignment deal. That would be, if that is the case, by the way, there's nothing to even let us know whether or not he's being truthful about that being something they explicitly forbid. Because again, all of the evidence seems to point to in their contracts, you can do consignment, but it's just so slimy. Because he's not addressing the very clear proof that's out there of their actual contracts where consignment is thumbs up. You can do it. Here he's just saying, explicitly forbidden. No, 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 no. No consignment, no consignment. Like he's the pomegranate lady. That's just, see, this is one of those things I'm talking about where a lot of what comes from Bricks and Minifigs is seemingly not truthful and feels misleading on purpose.
And then it appears that may not have been honored with the person that she had entered into that consignment agreement with. And then through other circumstances, we ended up retaking over that store. And in the shuffle, there appears to have been just some confusion as to how, why, and where, like some of this came about. And as we tried to figure that out, we started uncovering more documents, more information. And what we found was that there were 3 separate sets of records that were being kept that shows that Mr. Mansell was significantly underpaid by that former franchisee. And so we've been trying to make sure that we can properly do like a forensic accounting and make sure everything is being looked at properly so that we can work together to get that family a resolution.
He's had a big change of heart, it seems, because again, on camera, he showed no interest at all in actually trying to solve this peacefully and get Brian what he was owed. But now all of a sudden, he's out there acting like he's Brian's best friend, like, come home, buddy. We miss you. Bricks and Minifigs is here to help. We only want what's in your best interest. Let us make you whole. We're doing everything we can to support Peacock or Paramount, one of those giants, one of those corporate conglomerates.
So they did sell out.
They did.
How do we get that on your channel this year?
The live mods.
Yeah.
Come back to the little guy, Taco Bell.
Yeah, come back to your roots, Taco Bell.
Can you imagine if we announced the new version of their Baja Blast?
We gotta find some chain that'll announce their next year's menu on our.
That is such a good idea.
That's a bit, maybe Culver. I love Culver's.
Oh yeah, we got Culver's.
Culver's is now. I know I shouldn't do this. It is a weekly experience for me, and it's what I
Saturday
look
night
forward to
hockey.
most. Saturday night I play hockey, so I don't have the guilt. I go get a double butter burger with cheese, onion rings, and a concrete mixer, and I sit there and I kick my little tootsies while I eat it in their parking lot because I don't want to go inside.
It's so good. You should go inside. They're so nice in there. It's like going into heaven for a minute. The angels come out and
They actually are really nice.
They're so nice.
All right. Sorry. This is chicken as well.
Maybe a different
Yeah, maybe something else. I don't think they do hard tacos. I think Chelsea got those for us to enjoy. There we go. Right. Let's see the difference here.
That is a different, or that is the same shell.
It's chicken. It's wet.
Yeah, it's just the same thing.
That's the same, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You don't get 2 tries.
Nope.
She might have ordered 2, thinking each one came with 1, so you would get
Oh,
one.
yeah. Wait, this one's also chicken.
Immediately.
But this one I think has
immediately
more
debunked.
things on it because I think they have like a few different variations. So this chicken. Oh yeah, there's avocado in that puppy.
This is Wawa?
Yep. What do we even compare that to?
Probably one of their potato ones, maybe?
Sure. Why the hell not?
There's no rules.
We make the rules. I'm gonna eat the potato one while you take that bite.
What the fuck? There's more on that, yet somehow it tastes more plain.
It looks like all the sauce ran this way.
Oh, maybe that's why.
I'll let you know.
Still good though.
It doesn't touch that. Their chicken taco.
Well, it's not competing against that. It's competing against this. Does it touch this?
I'm so sorry. It's really hard to say because one is potato and one's not.
Is that like a breakfast?
I think that's the vegetarian.
Oh,
Like
there's not a equivalent.
No, Wawa doesn't care about vegetarians.
Oh.
That's why next year, 2027, you can do your Live Wawa announcement on Charlie's channel, announcing your vegan tacos filled with potatoes.
This is good though.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's potatoes in a tortilla. You can't go wrong.
That is literally all it is. A couple potatoes in a tortilla.
It is hard to compare. I will say, I think this chicken, because it has the chipotle sauce, is the closer comparison to that one. And that one still slaps it. I'm trying to see if there's like a plain chicken taco over here. That's potato. I think Chelsea ordered her lunch. That's a plain beef. Oh, I see. This is Cantina. I see it.
Yeah.
Cantina chicken menu. Grilled cheese burrito. What?
Oh, that's my go-to.
It's got potatoes.
Any Wawa?
Oh no, that's chicken. That's chicken.
Is that a Wawa equivalent or no?
I don't think so. So
who won that round?
I think we just get to pick.
Yeah, I think you guys won that round.
I think we won. Yeah. I think that is.
But
once
it's all
again,
evened up. One for us, one for Wawa, one for Taco Bell.
And good news, we've got another taco bag. This is a beef one with chipotle sauce. The last one did. I think what Wawa does is they give you the same meat, and sometimes they put chipotle sauce on, and sometimes they
That's
don't.
what it's looking like.
I think that is their secret. Did anybody find the price
Yeah, they're like $2.79 each.
for a 2-pack?
It just shows the one, so I would assume it's like $5 for the two, like $5.50.
Huh.
But yeah, I'm looking at them, and they're.
How's
pretty
that compared to Taco Bell?
There's corn in that too.
There's corn?
Yeah.
Oh my god, oh, this is the fire roasted corn beef taco.
That's very good. Man, they know their meat. Their beef.
They know their beef, yeah.
They know their beef.
It is seasoned so much better than Taco Bell.
It feels so full of love.
This is the exact comparison to a beef taco.
Is it?
It is. There's no corn, but
all right.
Other than that, it's exact. There's beef and it's a taco.
Wawa's got its work. Taco Bell's got its work cut out for it. Cause that last one was very good.
So, their beef is not as good.
It's not. Wawa takes that easy.
Mm-hmm. And it's not bad. Taco Bell's still really good. Just nowhere near Wawa. Wow.
Again, it's one of those things where, like, if you got either one of those, you'd be happy, but you're happier over here.
Yes, absolutely. So that concludes the taco category.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Wawa took it, right?
I think so, but really I think it's if you're in the mood for beef, it's Wawa. If you're in the mood for chicken, it's Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Which really feels backwards to me. This is now burritos.
I do love burritos.
I didn't even know
I have a
had rice
question. Maybe I'm out of line.
Mhm.
Why isn't that a burrito?
That's a wrap. That's a taco
What
wrap.
is the
a taco.
difference?
It's a taco.
No.
Taco
It's
wrap.
typically a smaller burrito or a smaller tortilla, and it's folded instead of.
Oh no, that
close.
one's just kind of folded over like a.
Yeah, but look,
like a
you can see
burrito.
the ends. It's not wearing the.
Oh, so the ends have to be
I think
covered.
the ends are closed,
That's the distinction.
That's a really good question, though. Is that the only distinction? These have rice in them, which
That's
makes
good.
me happy.
That's very good.
We've got tortilla, rice, cheese, cheddar cheese sauce,
Whoa!
chipotle, shredded lettuce, fresh salsa. What kind of meat?
Maybe there is no meat on that.
Maybe
one.
it's a.
This might just be a cheese burrito.
Yeah, there's no beans either. Since when does Wawa do burritos and all of this? Like, did that come out at the taco time?
I think it's. Yeah, I was gonna say I think they've done burritos for a bit.
I'm out of the loop. This is a young man's game.
Well, that is. I don't see the point of that.
Oh, it is rice, lettuce, and cheese with
Yep.
some tomato.
What the fuck? Why?
That's
why'd
the
you-
vegetarian one.
Why'd you make that?
You could put beans in it though,
or potatoes.
Yeah, something.
Mm-mm.
That's bad.
Pull that off your menu. There is no need for that. Just don't serve vegetarians. We talked about this. 2027, we'll handle it. This one is beef, tortilla, rice, cheddar cheese sauce, chipotle sauce, lettuce.
Well, do
and
we have a
basil.
vegetarian burrito to compare
sorry,
to
I
over
forgot.
here?
Yeah, it's potato.
Yeah, where is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
What's that say?
Grilled cheese burrito.
That's the one.
Let's see if they. That looks. Oh,
that's the paper. For any of the comments that are like, oh, they just copy each other. No, we just have one fucking brain cell.
It looked like it was.
It looked like an enchilada.
Yeah, I thought they had like fried the shell. I was like, wow, that's nice, and that's pretty close to the same color.
That is. That's cool. That's the grilled cheese burrito.
That's real wet.
Just how we like it.
Much better.
Is it?
Much better.
If you pay close attention, you might have noticed that I'm not in my normal lair. The audio levels are getting wacky. What's going on here? So, it seems like the mic is a bit on the fritz here, so I got you with that Decepticon intro. I could edit it out, but I'm not gonna. Anyway, I just saw the big news. Little man going to the big house. Jack Doherty got arrested. You ever seen a grown man hit the hot dog? Yep. Jack Doherty in jail. Jack Doherty in jail. Barbecue chicken alert. Oh my God, what amazing news. So yeah, the astute observers out there, you noticed I'm not in my normal dungeon, my normal troglodyte cave-dwelling ways. I'm right now at a hotel. I said Once Upon a Time in Hollywood isn't my favorite film, so I've had to go into hiding. That audio solution I cooked up there wasn't a whole lot better, so I'm going to try this. I'm talking to you through here, but I'm looking at you through here. Isn't that incredible? The 21st century technology capabilities we have. Mind-boggling stuff. Anyway, I'm here in Orlando at the Vans Warped Tour. We're partnered with the Vans Warped Tour here at Cheeky, so we have a big booth set up. If you're here, feel free to come stop by, get some free soap, win some soap, or just go to usecheeky.com and buy yourself some soap. We got a solo leveling collab that just came out. Best soap in the universe. But anyway, I peeled myself away from the event so I could come in here into this nice, wonderful dojo and just yap about some great news I just found out about Jack Doherty going to the Slammer. It is incredible stuff. When I saw the headlines, it reminded me of that feeling I got when I first received a text from a girl inviting me to stay the night. Butterflies in my stomach and a little bit of cum in my pants. This is a great day. So let's go ahead and look at the arrest footage together, and then we'll dive a bit more into the spaghetti and the meatballs about what actually unfolded to lead to such a miraculous series of events.
What? No.
I got him. Hey, yo, you don't want to go neither. Back up. I'm just saying I got him. Back up. Don't worry about it. Back up. Yo, back up. Yo. Where you going? You back up?
Chill. Go to the sidewalk now. Go to the sidewalk now. You want to go with him? You
want to be fucking funny.
Go to the sidewalk now.
You want to be funny. You take it down the street on the fucking street. I know who the fuck you think you are, bro. No, you're fucking not. He was trying. After I fucking do this, who the fuck are you, bro?
I was trying to walk up the street for the
doesn't matter, bro. All you had to do was get in the fucking sidewalk. That's it. And you want to be fucking funny. That's it, bro.
3JD. 3JD. You're great.
He's trying to make a video. Everything gotta be some goddamn content, man.
What? No.
If that doesn't put a smile on your face, nothing will. That would make even the Grinch's heart grow 3 sizes, seeing that arrest footage there. The officer repeating, "Who the fuck are you?" right to Jack Doherty's little face there. I know that was soul-crushing. That was a dagger. That was a wooden stake through the vampire's heart, hearing the officer just bitch on him like that in the arrest footage. But yeah, anyway, Sack Dorky here, 22, which, by the way, what a brutal existence being 22 years old and looking like that. Goober still looks like he puts his teeth under his pillow waiting for the tooth fairy to leave him a quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if this dude's asking for the coloring sheets at restaurants that he pays visits to. Even his mugshot. He looks like he's posing for the middle school yearbook or something. This guy just super sucks, and he literally looks like a baby man. It's got to be awful. It's actually just got to be truly terrible. But anyway, he was charged with possession of a controlled substance, possession of marijuana, and resisting an officer without violence, according to the online booking records. The charging records accused Doherty of possessing amphetamine as well. So it's all drug charges. I haven't passed the bar, so I don't know how serious all of this is. All I'm saying is I think we can pump these numbers up a little bit here, get some more charges on the books here. I think it requires a further investigation. There's a good chance he was transporting uranium-235 in his prison wallet. All I'm saying is we've got to take a peek. I definitely think there's some more charges we can find to slap on there for sure. Maybe there's some rumors of Jack Dorsey looking to steal the Declaration of Independence for some content. The Miami Beach Police Department remains steadfast in its commitment to maintain public safety and order throughout the city regardless of celebrity status, is what the agency said in response to all this. It's very cute that they say celebrity status because Jack is not a celebrity. He is a knuckle sandwich magnate. I guess he's very popular for eating fists, but he's not really a celebrity per se. He's just this public spittoon everyone likes to take turns spitting on. The department will continue to take proactive enforcement against action against behavior that endangers residents, visitors, or officers and will hold all individuals accountable under the law. As for the series of fortunate events that led to this, apparently him and the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse were blocking traffic, but since Jack is the leader of the goof troop, he wanted to take things a bit further and flew a bit too close to the sun like Icarus here. Around 3:12 a.m. Saturday, Miami Beach police officers were conducting a high-visibility detail when a group of individuals entered the roadway from the east sidewalk into northbound lanes. A man from the group, identified as Doherty, separated from them and attempted to engage officers to create video content, positioning himself in the middle of the roadway with passing vehicular traffic and creating a significant safety hazard. I just can never understand. I can't wrap my noodle around Jack's persistence to try and present himself as a tough guy, where he's even going to puff his chest out at police officers and then hide behind his security. That's become his go-to strategy. That is his anime finishing move. He causes a ruckus and then hides behind his much larger men that are paid to protect him. The people that are paid to put up with him are the ones that he just tries to hide behind while slinging insults and just being a douchebag. And that did not fly here with the officers. So in an effort to clip farm here by I don't know, trying to be a big man on the officers and then hide behind his security guards, he ends up getting arrested and then charged with a lot of ancillary drug charges as well that they happen to found. So they began issuing multiple commands to get him off the roadway, but he kept refusing. Even his group was apparently urging him to comply, they were tugging on his nipples, Jack, come on, we got to get back there, please. But he was just so fixated on trying to get just a crumb of attention out of all of this for his god-awful content. They continue warning him that he would be arrested if he continues. And his response was apparently, once I'm done with this bet, which is a fucking stupid bet in the first place, just go play in traffic. That bet is someone hoping that you'll get yourself killed. And Jack doesn't realize that. Miami Beach police safely apprehended him in the middle of the road. And due to his deliberate refusal to follow lawful orders and continue to obstruct traffic. They then searched his person, found half an orange oval-shaped pill with 3 imprints on it, consistent with Schedule 2 amphetamine, as well as a black plastic container holding 3 hand-rolled suspected cannabis cigarettes weighing approximately 4 grams combined. So they got him. That's enough to put him away there for a little bit. They posted his bond. I don't know if he's made bail or not yet. I'd always heard rumors that Jack actually doesn't have any money left, and since I haven't read anything about him being bailed out, maybe that's very true. Maybe all of his money goes into drugs and his security guards to hide behind. I don't know. What I do know, though, is that this is a feel-good story. This is one of those things that's gonna make you smile, and I think that's a wonderful thing. Jack, this might actually be the best thing he's ever done. They were saying that he was doing this as a joke or something earlier, but he's never made a good joke in his life until today. The closest thing he'd come to making me laugh in the past was when he crashed his McLaren, but this one was special. He had me giggling, so thank you, Jack. The only thing I wish is that you had waited for me to get home so I could properly make a video about this instead of having to just, come together and haphazardly throw some shit here to try and make something on it. If you don't mind, when you do get out of jail, could you do it again, please, an encore performance and go back? So that way I can do it from my comfortable home setup instead of this. But anyway, thanks again, Miami Police Department, for arresting Jack Doherty. Great stuff. Excellent work, officers. And Jack, fuck you. Good stuff. Just wanted to share this with everyone. All right, I'm going back to the Vans Warped Tour. That's about it. See ya.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of cheese on there. Oh, wow, what's in that?
I don't know.
Look at that.
Wait. Great sauce.
Is that beef?
It says grilled cheese.
I think the grilled cheese burrito normally has meat in it.
Yep, that's meat.
That's really good for vegetarians. Just don't tell them that there's meat in there. That's delicious.
That's really good.
That is delicious. There's like crushed chips in there. Like
Yeah,
Fritos.
it's like Fritos or Takis or something. Cause
Yeah.
yeah.
That's right.
I love that, but that is not for vegetarians. There must be one. Cheesy double beef burrito.
Here's
Burrito Supreme.
Another grilled cheese, but it feels lighter, so maybe there's like chicken or something in that one.
This is a cantina burrito, and I've
That's
learned
gonna be
cantina
chicken,
means
yeah.
chicken.
That's chicken.
We had the grilled cheese. Wait, grilled cheese burrito right here. But it's a hard shell taco with chicken.
Nice, they got us again. Here's another one that says grilled cheese burrito.
They are pranking the shit out of us.
That is again a taco.
With chicken.
With chicken.
Cheesy beans and rice.
Cheesy beans.
It's got to be that one. That one's circled.
Cheesy beans.
All right. This is the vegetarian offering for burritos.
Yep, Wawa blew it, so doors wide open for Taco Bell to take it in this prestigious head-to-head.
No meat.
No meat.
No meat. They win.
No fun.
No fun. But better. There's at least a little flavor tickling you. Don't get that. Just don't be a vegetarian.
Actually, now that I got some of the sauce on my
The
palate,
sauce-
that's tasting good now.
The Chipotle sauce is really...
That tastes very good now.
They could take everything out of this except the Chipotle sauce, and it would still taste the exact same.
Damn, I'm kind of fucking with it now.
I think, why not put the potatoes in there?
They probably have an option for that.
That's true.
These are probably just default.
You know what the cinnamon twists are?
Yeah.
I watched someone make them the other day. Have you ever seen it?
Mm-mm.
You take a specific kind of pasta and you fry it. You deep fry the pasta and it expands really quick, and then they coat that in cinnamon sugar. It's crazy.
Yep, that sounds pretty crazy.
You're welcome.
Well, now the secret's revealed.
This is just
Taco
beef.
Bell slapped in that round. I'm going in for another bite.
This is a roasted chicken burrito. I think this is our last thing we can viably compare, and then the rest is just lunch.
Yep.
For everyone. You want to go first? That's a hefty.
No, you go
burrito.
first. I'm still chewing.
That is a nice wrap, by the
Isn't
way.
it? That's crazy. And listen to this.
Look how clean that fold is.
Pretty heavy.
Oh, that looks so good in there, dude. What the fuck? I want to swim.
A lot of sauce. There's some corn, bringing in some sweetness.
Holy shit.
Get on in there.
Dude, I'd love to.
That's actually really good. And the question
That's delicious.
Is there a chicken burrito?
Yes.
I think we saw it. But where? We've made a mess.
This is beans. This is cheesy beans.
This is a burrito supreme.
This is unmarked.
Yo, Taco Bell.
Oh, here's a breakfast one.
Breakfast burrito? No shot.
Oh, here's a burrito with potatoes.
What?
Here's a special sauce taco.
How the fuck is that a breakfast burrito? It's just a burrito.
Yeah, it's marketing.
Well, it depends on when you get it.
Good point.
What is this? I think this is like a... God damn it.
Dude, we saw the chicken
Oh,
burrito.
it's a quesadilla.
Is this it? No. I mean, this is chicken.
Oh, I lost a good piece.
Dude, my brain's breaking.
Yeah, what the fart, dude? Where's our burrito?
I hate it. This has chicken in it, and it says chicken burrito, but that's not a burrito. That's potato tacos.
What's this one sitting in front of me?
No idea. They just crossed through Burrito Supreme, so I think all we know is it's not a Burrito Supreme.
Alright.
Or it is.
What's left?
Maybe that means there's chicken in there.
Yeah, give it a try.
Do you want to open it up?
Sure.
Is that chicken?
Oh, that's juicy. That is not chicken.
That's just a bunch of nothing.
That's an onion burrito.
Yeah, tuck that baby back in.
Yeah, she can go back to bed. We'll see you tomorrow. Did we not? I swear we saw one. You know what? Let's just eat this.
Did you eat it already?
And call it and call it a chicken burrito, because that is chicken.
I mean, it's in the chicken burrito wrapper.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. It's a lot of Chipotle sauce.
It's a lot of nothing. Wawa slapped in that round.
This is confusing. I think, if I'm being honest with you, a lot of this comes down to the Chipotle sauce. I think the ones with sauces are yummy, and the ones without are not as good. Except Wawa's beef is best.
Yeah, Wawa got better beef.
And I like the potato format. What did we figure out here?
That you can't go wrong either way.
All right, I think that's a very positive sentiment from this.
I do think Wawa is a little bit better though.
Did somebody see the Taco Bell prices?
Yeah, for the plain, like, soft taco, it was $1.99 a taco.
So Taco Bell's probably a little
The Cantina,
cheaper.
I think, are like $4.50.
Jeez.
Depends on what you're getting.
That's unreal.
Well, there's probably the cheese on the outside. You saw that.
That is true. That takes skilled people, so you got to raise the price.
Well, it fucks up the machine. They can buy new.
But they're really cheap machines, so that's good. Yeah, I still stand by. If I was getting chicken, I'd go Taco Bell. If I'm getting beef, I'm going Wawa now, which does shock me.
I think I would probably just do Wawa over Taco Bell just because I've been hurt before at Taco Bell. I feel like this might have just been a really strong showing from them. But it probably varies day to day, like on any given Sunday, that type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
You smell me?
I get you. You do hold a grudge against restaurants for sure.
I do, except I wouldn't even say a grudge. It's just consistency is important. Wawa has never been bad. I've never had a bad meal from Wawa. I've had a couple from Taco Bell, most recently with that absolutely abhorrent burrito that should have the location shut down.
Mm-hmm. You would be really proud of me, by the way. The other night, Monique goes, I think I'm feeling Chipotle.
And you said no?
I said, you can get that. I'll get something else. I counted them out for the rest of my life, and I'm a man of my word.
Good.
I will never eat Chipotle again. You've wasted too many of my dollars, and I'm tired of it.
Good.
Especially when you can get this kind of quality for cheaper. You're not special anymore.
Yeah, no, Chipotle sucks. You know what I had recently?
What?
Moe's.
How was it?
Kind of mid.
Really?
I was a Moe's guy there for a little bit, but now Moe's starting to hurt me.
Try Barbaritos next time, like I said.
The chain burrito taco places have really gone downhill.
They have, because everybody, it's all about chasing the profits. Nobody cares about getting you a good burrito anymore.
Nobody.
Oh. It's not about the burrito culture like it used to be.
Yeah, we're talking about practice.
Oh,
not
practice,
a game.
not a game. Practice.
Man, Wawa though cooks.
Wawa does cook.
They fuck.
And you know what? They probably have more profit than Chipotle. Now that's probably a lie.
I bet they do.
Let's look it up.
Well, they can also sell gas.
I was about to say. They're also a gas.
I think Chipotle's missing that part of their business.
Chipotle, go back to good burritos. Add gas.
Add gas pumps.
Add gas pumps. That's the brain blast.
And then all you have to do is ask for more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
more
excuse
gas,
me.
please.
That did not fill up my tank. Can I have a little more? Fun fact, Wawa comes from New Jersey. In New Jersey,
they pump your gas.
They pump it for you. And they're still putting out good burritos, and they have to. They're making a burrito running outside, pumping gas. Burritos are still good.
Yep. That's, well, two separate jobs, but yeah.
You don't know that. You've never been to New Jersey.
That's true. Yeah, when you're right, I haven't.
I don't think you'd like New Jersey.
I'd hate it.
I've also never been there. Is there anything else we need to compare before we feed the crew for the first time this week?
I think we settled it. I think they're both good. Wawa, I think, is more consistent. That's just my takeaway.
I'm fine with that. I agree. I'm not unhappy with anything here. I'm a happy boy. Today was a good video.
Good food. Good company.
Better
And
pizza.
Just
Better
one more
pizza.
time. Charlie can do one more edit.
Yeah, well, here it comes.
Good job. And I'll take it and I'll...
Well, there it is.
Wait, you're gonna put it there? So are you gonna edit that part?
Yep.
Charlie's gonna edit.
Oh, I see.
I'm just doing the hand
I
so
see,
he
I
can
see.
edit it in.
I see.
I gotta get. You're not gonna try on any of these, are you? All right, Wawa. Seriously, if any of you are watching this, we will do your Liv Moss thing next year. I know yours isn't Liv Moss, but we'll do it for you. You have my word. Just reach out.
I got no wacky intro for you on this one. We're going to be covering a degenerate scumbag streamer who appears to have beat his wife on stream, and now, since it's blown up, he's trying to use a Jedi mind trick to convince everyone that their eyes were wrong. That you had a malfunction in your vision, because he didn't beat his girlfriend, he only pushed her, actually. Your eyes are wrong, you didn't see what you thought you saw, is his strategy. But how about I show you the clip first, and then we'll go ahead and digest that a bit.
Okay, take these off. Take the lids off. Chill. You need to have no drinks in here. Ow! Ow! What is drinking?
It was in here. It was on this. I don't even know how. I turned around and...
Calm down.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Turn your thing off and turn the fan off.
Yeah, it looks like he strikes his girlfriend. Who pushes someone with a closed fist? You can see on that first time he brings his arm back, he has it balled up. You can very briefly see like a frame of what looks like a closed fist. Who is pushing someone like that? And also, she responds to the very loud noise that sounds like a hit by saying ow. She says ow twice, both times after he thrusts his arm forward towards her. So if it wasn't a punch, it was a slap. Either way, he is striking his wife. Like, he's trying to claim that it was just a push, which, by the way, is also a really fucking weird defense too. So like, no, I don't hit my wife, but I push the fuck out of her, actually. I push her so hard that she says ow multiple times. Whoa, guys! Let's pump the brakes, hold your horses. I don't hit my pregnant wife, that's uncivilized. I just push the fuck out of her until it hurts. I cause her physical pain through pushing, not through punching. I use open hand palm strikes in a pushing fashion like a monk. That's what I do. And that's normal. You guys, you're blowing this way out of proportion. It's fucking disgusting, this freak. And now all of this is over him spilling a drink on his setup and him like panicking and throwing a temper tantrum over it. His wife came in to like try and help, and then she's over in the corner, and then you can see him lunge at her twice, throwing his arm at her twice in what appears to be a punch or a slap. Either way, it is a strike. That is not him pushing her, and even if it is him pushing her, it clearly hurt. He caused her pain. You can hear the impact. Like, you can't talk your way out of that. You can see and hear this through the clips. But here, let's do a little zoomed in version where you can really more clearly see and hear everything.
Okay, take these off. Take the lids off. Chill. You need to have no drinks in here. Ow! Ow!
I think it's pretty obvious. Now, I'll go ahead and show you his response to it, where he tries his best to convince everyone that they're wrong, and he doesn't hit his wife in the face, specifically, is what he clarified. He doesn't hit her in the face, and that what actually happened is that he pushed her. And actually, he pushed her to save her life, actually, because her fingers were caught under the PC, and it was that's what was hurting her, that's what was making her say ow. And him being so brave and courageous, he pushed her twice, just like that, in order to, keep her safe. His pregnant wife, by the way.
They're saying, like, the grunts make it look bad, like the way I was grunting. Brother, I promise you, brother, I don't know what else to say. Like, it's literally like, no, I grunted in that. I mean, I grunted, but I wasn't hitting her, bro. I pushed her. That's the only thing that I did. I didn't fucking hit her. I would never hit her on her face, bro. That's fucking crazy. She was not crying afterwards. What the hell, bro? She literally was like, she was not crying. She just literally said, turn the fucking thing off. Bro, what I was saying is, if I hit her, she would have been like, yo, what the fuck? Why'd you do that for? What'd you hit me for? It wasn't one push. It was one push, bro. It was literally like...
It's so fucking ridiculous. Like, what he's trying to pull here, it relies solely on people being dumb enough, delusional enough, or just genuinely not caring enough to form their own thoughts on what they can see and hear in the clip, and will instead just take his word for it. The word of an embarrassing cringe fungus that can't stop raging anytime anything happens to him in his goddamn Call of Duty game. This guy flips out constantly, and then he starts becoming Donnie from the Wild Thornberries, and then like going crazy and just like punching and throwing and destroying things around his room. He has so many fucking rage moments, and in one of them, he even like charges at his wife again. But in that instance, he doesn't appear to hit her. Instead, he just like body bumps her, or going for like some kind of like chest bump on her as she tries to check on him to make sure that he's still okay and hasn't given himself some kind of fucking aneurysm or blown a gasket.
You fucking stupid! Oh my god, you just got me banned! 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 You got me banned! You just got me banned! You just got me banned! You just got me banned, dog! You just got me fucking banned!
Stop! You're shit! You're gonna ruin your...
I don't care. I don't give a fuck anymore. You just got me banned. You just got me fucking banned. You just got me banned.
There are just so many clips just like this one of this fucking loser. It became his shtick. Like, I'm pretty sure he tried to make this his whole brand image. I can find clips just like this going back to 2024. He is always just freaking out constantly because he is just a maniac, like an actual lunatic person who needs to be institutionalized.
Ooh, I swear to fucking God. You think I'm not? You think I'm not? You think I'm not? You think I'm... And I just spilled it. Of course, the 5 seconds I gotta clean up. There's a... Please, on God, on God, on God. I don't know where my remote went. I don't know where my remote went. Bro. Oh my God, bro. Oh my God, bro. What do I do? Chat, please help me, bro. I don't know what to do. I don't know what the fuck. No, I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what the fuck.
He's literally SpongeBob with the ripped pants. This is his one joke. I hesitate to call it that because he actually does just have this level of disorder where he can't control himself. He is just always having violent outbursts, but he tries to use it for his content on TikTok. Like, that's his whole image there, is he's the psychopath guy who's just always fucking angry, it seems. What a complete pathetic loser. How do you even look yourself in the mirror? The shamelessness, man. Like, how? You're just such a fucking weirdo. Now, he does seem to have made a habit out of constantly spilling his drink on his desk because he's always hitting it and freaking out. That kind of thing, always for the sake of his clips on TikTok. But in the one where he starts hitting his girlfriend, or excuse me, his pregnant wife, it seems like he didn't anticipate the drink to spill on his computer and actually cause a problem. So from what I understand, it did actually get in there and cause an issue on his PC, which is why he was freaking out even more so than usual, and then got physical with his wife. Now, to really seal the deal, Jordan Cisco here had a galaxy brain scheme of bringing his wife on stream to defend him, and trying to really showcase everything that happened, you know, giving his side of things to make sure everyone understands the truth of the situation. And his wife seems to have a bruise around her eye. That's what it looks like.
I want to see what he says, Jeff.
I'm literally like hyperventilating and shit. And then I come in here, and then she comes in running after me. Then I pick up the PC. I put it on top of that PC. You see that PC right there? I put it on top of that PC. All right, you understand? Let me put it in context, bro. So when she's standing there, I'm putting the PC on right here. Hold on, let me see. Wife, can you come record this, please? Wifey? By the way, I just wanted before I'm talking about I'm talking about everything else, like, if I ever did hit her, which is insane, I would never hit my wife, and she's pregnant, she would have...
It looks like you can see, like, the fucking mark in her face from where he fucking apparently hit her, you know? Looks like she's got a fucking black eye.
Have stuff on her face. I mean, you could...
That's what I say. You guys can look here.
Literally see, like,
I have shorts on.
It really does look like that. And his explanation here of, I was stacking the PC on the other PC like Lincoln Logs. You see, that's what was happening here. And then my wife came in and I needed help, and then her fingers got caught under there, so I had to start pushing her, in order to protect her. And she was saying, ow, like it was hurting her because her fingers are under the PC and it's really heavy. It's like tungsten. It's like a tungsten block. Very dense. Fucking 10,000 pounds on her fingers. I had to start just striking at her face to push her off of there.
And I basically, with the cords attached, I was trying to pick up this PC like this, Jack, and I was putting it on this PC. You understand? On this PC that I just had. Nobody saw anything. Like, it was insane. This. Laid it flat like this. Then it got on her fingers. You saw it. It was in the corner of the screen. By the way, nobody saw anything. Like, it was insane. Man saw me use one arm motion and thought I hit her. Like, it's insane.
Listen to his story chat. I'll show you the clip. Hold on.
She had her fingers right here. And she literally, that's when she was like, she couldn't get it on the PC. So I pushed her, and she literally was saying ow because of the fucking shit was on her fingers. It was literally on her fingers. This is like I don't know how much it weighs, but it was on her fucking fingers like this.
The story doesn't make any sense. She wasn't saying ow until you threw your arm towards her, man. And you're saying you only pushed her once, but you can see your arm go towards her twice, and she says ow both times. If the pain was caused by the PC on her fingers, she would have been saying ow or expressing discomfort before you started thrusting your arm towards her, you wife-beating freak. You fucking scumbag. And every sensible, sane person on the planet is calling him out on that obvious lie there. There are no other explanations for what happened here because his official story doesn't pass the smell test. If the pain was caused by her fingers being under the PC, why was she not saying anything like ow until you started doing this at her? And he's saying he only pushed her once, but you can see 2 thrusts towards her. So what, did the second one not happen? That just doesn't exist? He's just rewriting the lore there, just trying to hope that you didn't watch the clip yourself? It's just ridiculous, man.
I'm not, I swear on my life, on my soul, I'm not an abuser. We are in a happy relationship, a very happy, we're literally married, and we've been together for 5 years. Trust me, if there was something up, our whole family would know about it. I'm telling you.
You can hear her saying ow, ow.
I'm telling you, we are in such a happy relationship. She's going to be talking about herself, by the way. I'm going to be out of the room because I want y'all to think I'm being like that.
The skin contact that you guys are talking about, where you're hearing it, Jordan was so freaked out in that situation, and I love him, and I've been with him for 5 years. Like, when Jordan flips out, like, I mean, y'all have seen him many, many times. I mean, if he punched me, I mean, it would be very obvious. I'm very pale. It'd be very obvious if he, like, literally hit me or something. So, her eyes.
She's not really saying that she's not saying he did it either.
What I normally look like all the time.
She goes on to say that if he hit her, it'd be very visible, and that the mark on her eye is just what her eyes normally look like. Now, I haven't seen a picture of them outside of, like, a stream setting, so I don't know if that's true or not, but it definitely does seem like a mark. But she goes on to defend him, and it's just heartbreaking. And even in the initial clip, after the very clear signs of a strike and the sound of the impact, the skin-on-skin contact, she, like, responds, ow, and then, like, kind of shocked, like, you can hear that. And then she goes back to talking to him as if it's normal, like it's just business as usual, like it's treatment she's used to. And it's fucking heartbreaking to hear that. And for him to then put her on stream, like, okay, she's going to talk all by herself. I'm not going to do anything. She's going to talk all by herself. Now she's going to be over here and you can ask her anything you want. She's going to talk all by herself. She's going to be out there. And then she sits there to, like, defend, like, oh, no, it's all good. It's just very sad and scary. I just had to yap about this. I'm wishing the absolute best for her and the baby. I really hope she finds a way out of this relationship. I think the evidence is pretty clear that there was definitely a impact that caused pain. If not a punch, potentially a slap. I don't believe his narrative that it was a push. But even if it was just a push, why are you pushing your fucking pregnant wife? Why? Why are you putting your hands on her aggressively like that? He's saying he only pushed her once, which again is easily disprovable. It's categorically false because you can see twice he thrusts his arm towards her. So if it is a push like he claims, he did it more than he's saying he did, and it clearly was aggressive and a violent push. But I am of the belief that it was either a punch or a slap based on the sound of things. A push doesn't make that kind of sound. But I will reiterate again, if it was a push, it's still completely unacceptable to be violently shoving your pregnant wife, you gross fucking scumbag freak worm person. This whole thing has been infuriating. I really think this should constitute not only a ban, but an investigation. This should probably lead to jail time, I would think. Like, they should look into it at least. I think the evidence is pretty clear, but let's see what authorities have to say. I hope there is a follow-up to this, because it's just completely unacceptable. So yeah, I wanted to yap about it. That's really about it. So yeah. Max. I can't move. I actually can't move. What is going on with my legs? I sprained my ankle. Come on, there we go. Oh man, imagine I went through and just one-tapped him as well. Oh, I thought I had that. Okay. Are you good, man? Can you keep fighting? Or at least distract him. Do something. Keep distracting him. You're doing a really good job, actually. There we go. Excellent work, brother. I know you're just faking it. Put your arm back on, man. You're good. He's dead. You're good. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Oh, I got them both with that. You have my permission to give up, man. How many weapons do you have? Oh! Fuck, he stabbed me in the foot. He still has more weapons on him. Give up. Thank you. Boss time! We are fucking cruising! Who's next? Who's next? Oh god, he's so tall. I need to find the opening. Oh, okay. Reset, reset. Oh, it's his back! It's his back! His back is not armored. At least not all the way, I don't think. I think I caught a glimpse of his weak spot. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get back there. Maybe my movement tech? Oh, no, I'm too heavy for it. Oh, I tried to rip through his arm there. That was close. Keep him on the corner. Keep him on the corner. It's hurting him. Oh, fuck. I can see his face is bruising. He's off balance. The concussion's setting in. Keep giving him the wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, fuck. I cut something off. And he's still not giving up. Why? Won't you die? Finally! Woo! Is this the highest rank? I think we're at the final rank. Oh no, there's one more over this. I'm making him motorboat me! It's not working, it's not working. I'm separating us. Or at least I'm trying to. There we go, finally. Not loving this weapon. Who just came here? There is no world you are still alive right now. People just do not die at this elo. What the fuck? That was your neck. No way you're surviving that. come on. There we go. Good shot. Good shot, brother. Good shot. Ugh, this was not the play. There we go. That's better. That's better. All right, so that's the strat. That's the strat. It's a hit and run attack here. Hit him with that. Back off. Come back in. Oh. Oh. There we go. See, that's the way to do it. What? Okay, don't worry. I put it. No, just stay down. Why won't you leave me the fuck alone? Clobbered the homie. Oh, is this a teammate? I wasn't paying any attention to who the fuck the teammate was. I've just been hitting everybody equally. I'm giving everyone the hands. Oh, fuck. Get off me! Apparently you're my teammate, so forgive me. Fucking get in my titties! Oh, okay, I'm winning myself. That was stupid. Oh, god damn it! They just don't die! I should have definitely picked a better weapon. The blunt on this is just not good enough. This is unbelievable. He's now fully regained his balance. He's probably full health now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is there anything on the ground? Sword. Sword. Oh, mace. Finally! Potato sacked. No, 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 no! I thought... Oh. Yellow guy's down. It's just... You... Just die! Oh, fuck! Finally! Holy shit! Jeepers creepers! Oh my god! Yeah, really, really fucking gang up on him. Make sure none of us can get good hits. He's showing us his back. Finally. No way. Okay, thank you. Christ. This guy's gonna be the problem. Oh! Yep. 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 Dislocated my knee again, I guess. Come on, damn it! I'm whirlwinding. Oh, there we go, got him in the neck. Boss time, baby! What do we got? What do we got? Yep. That's gonna be hard. Okay, reset, reset. I don't have good blunt. Really, any blunt. Oh! What? Wow, it's been a long time since I've been in the abyss. That's so sad. Oh, this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be fucking rough. He just refuses to die. I'm not gonna go candlestick. I don't know what boss I'm fighting. I don't remember. Oh, it's gonna be the fucking crazy psychopath armored guy. I'm cooked. Oh, that was unlucky. Wow, I didn't expect that. Well, that was a really good run too. We are almost to the final. God damn it! Yeah, it's a good spot to stop. A Reddit moderator just made a video directly speaking to and tugging on the heartstrings of the CEO of Reddit. He's making a big call to action after he had been stripped of his position as top mod on r/livestream fail. I'm kind of at a loss for words here. I can't believe what I just watched was genuine and not a skit. But this seems authentic. What you picture in your head when you hear the term Reddit mod is exactly what you are about to see unfold in the flesh. The reason this mod just lost his position is because he was promoting a scam on the subreddit that he was the top mod for, Livestream Fail. I made 2 videos covering this. It was the $1 Million Fan Show, which was paraded around as a $20 million reality television show for streamers' fans to sign up, and even paid entry into it to compete for, $20 million prize purse. Turns out the whole thing was a load of baloney, as it appears everything has been wiped off the face of the planet. So some viewers paid money for actually nothing. They flushed it down the shitter, and agencies that brought this to streamers were left embarrassed. Most notably, Mythic Talent was the one that was named by some of the streamers as their agency that took them this deal, where seemingly no due diligence was done on behalf of Mythic to confirm whether or not this was even legitimate in the first place as a paid promotion. It was supposed to be an Amazon production, but clearly it was not an Amazon production, and it took 2 seconds of going to the website to deduce that this was fraudulent, but they took this deal before the website even existed. It's a whole mess. I've already covered all this, but Livestream Fail gets roped in because there was this inexplicable partnership that no one fully understood, where $1 Million Fan was in bed with Livestream Fail, and the top mod of Livestream Fail made a post on the subreddit pinning it to try and get more suckers into it. And now this is his response after being fundamentally fired from his free position of Reddit janitor.
Hello, Spez, Mr. CEO of Reddit. I hope you have received this public video that I have created and sent to you via your email. If not, I hope anybody who cares about the topic in this video can get this to him in any way that you can. This video is about a topic of deadly seriousness, and that is of Reddit moderation and the state of your platform.
Oh my god. This is Reddit's Manhattan Project right now. The moderators are rising up against the CEO of Reddit. I'm actually at a loss for words. This couldn't be a more lame start to this video. The topic he's about to cover is you, because we care so much about you, Brian. Come on, Squirt. Come on, let's solve this. When previously he showed less than zero interest in doing that and was ready to put up a big old fight about it. Again, I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about like the body cam stuff, but this is a very different side of Ammon here. I believe this is the PR side. I don't believe anything here is genuine at all. I think this has become such a huge issue that's bubbled over so much so now that they can't just try and bully him into silence, which is something that, again, is on camera as a method that Bricks and Minifigs likes to employ, where one of them, Kai, I already forgot how you say his name, but even just outright said, like, yeah, it is a threat. You can perceive it as a threat because it kind of is a threat, about how they will drain them legally in court, where they will be paying so much money fighting Bricks and Minifigs legally that they will lose more than they would have ever gained had they won. It is something that they've done numerous times and something they were very proud of. But now all of a sudden, Ammon's out here like, yeah, let's solve this. Come on, let's get this all resolved. We're buds, bro. It's just so fake. It's so phony. And again, Ammon was just on YouTube streams, 3 nights ago now? Where it was a very different tough guy Ammon there. At least a little bit tougher than this. He wasn't the soft shell looking to really help Brian all that much. It was a much more combative version. But now he's more docile. And it's important to keep in mind that it's not like Bricks and Minifigs is like all of a sudden sunshine and rainbows. We want to just help everybody. We just got information from the CEO of Patreon that they have filed all the legal paperwork to try and force Patreon to remove Ben's Patreon account, which is his main source of income. They're trying to strip him of his main source of income to silence and bully him, which is the standard play from Bricks and Minifigs, it seems, based on all available evidence. And the CEO, Ammon, has the gall to go out there now and be like, guys, we just want to help. Ben, let us help, dude. We're just here to help, man. It was the previous owners that fucked you, not us. No, dude. Let us make you whole again. He says that so many times. And I believe that's because maybe he's in a more desperate position now, because it seems like some of Bricks and Minifigs partners no longer feel comfortable doing business with them. There was a statement put out by one of their big partners here, Minifigs.me, and they don't feel comfortable working with Bricks and Minifigs, despite this being a huge blow to them on a business side. Minifigs.me, that is. it wasn't an easy decision for them to make, but this has become such a big story that now brands that have worked with Bricks and Minifigs don't feel comfortable continuing to do business with them. So I think Ammon has now been alerted to how bad all of this has gotten for them, and is now just trying to say what he believes will cause all of it to simmer down, which is, we want to make them whole, we're here to help. Josh and Brandon are gone, we've parted ways, they've sailed off into the sunset. Can you guys please just drop this? Like, it just feels like it's now all about saving face and covering their own ass in this PR battle, because it's now actually affecting them in a noticeable way. When previously, before this became a huge story, Ammon showed no interest in trying to resolve this. Nobody at Bricks and Minifigs has shown interest to resolve this based on all of the information that's been publicly put out there. So it just seems like it's because it's blown up so much now that they're finally acting. But that doesn't help dissuade fears of Bricks and Minifigs customers who are maybe considering working with them, where if it doesn't blow up into a huge story, you might just be fucked. Because based on everything we've seen from like the behavior of those franchisees, as well as Ammon himself, they don't seem to really care that much to try and resolve issues like privately and peacefully. It seems like they're only now springing into action to try and help Brian get what should have already been taken care of previously. So it feels like it's very tardy to the party here, with them actually looking to do the right thing of making Brian Mansell whole and figuring out what exactly went on here with a real investigation. And like I said, a lot of this new information that's coming out from multiple parties does call into question a lot of things that have been put forth from like the first couple of videos from Reckless Bin with some of the claims and things like that. But I will say, in regards to like the police department stuff, I haven't really seen anything to like justify how everything's unfolded with how the police themselves have handled this whole case. That is still something that is very much in a really weird spot. But in regards to like if Ben stepped out of line legally, like within the bounds of the law, or if he did things solely for content that actually was detrimental to getting this solved, as well as some of like the claims he made about the small claims court default judgment victory, things like that, all of that is what's now being thrown into a bit of disarray. I'm curious to see Ben's response to it, to give his side of things on that conversation now. But there has been a lot of new information, and no matter how you look at it, the fact of the matter is, it should have never gotten to this point. There was a very real problem with the way Bricks and Minifigs, the corporation, handled all of this, as well as the way they handled the takeover of this location, making it very sloppy and very messy with the previous owners, and then the new franchisees coming in with a fucking chip on their shoulder and steam out of their ears, making it irreconcilable here, where an innocent man and his father's lifelong Lego collection got thrown into a shitstorm. So, and there was no real way of getting it solved through the proper channels, allegedly, based on everything we've seen here. And the corporation showed no signs of trying to work with him privately. They keep saying that they were insisting that Brian provide documents, but he kept dodging that. I find that claim a little hard to believe. That's he said, she said shit, of course, but I find that very difficult to imagine. Brian was just like sweating when they asked for documentation, when there already is documentation that the public has access to, so Brian definitely would have as well. He probably would have submitted it if that was actually something that they wanted. And Bricks and Minifigs in their previous statement was talking about how Ben and his team didn't want to submit anything to him, but there is literal videos of them trying to submit the evidence to them, and Bricks and Minifigs not being receptive to it. So I'm more inclined to believe Brian's account of things, where Bricks and Minifigs wasn't willing to work with him to resolve this through this messy takeover of that location, where his Legos got all lost in translation and everything got all fucking cattywampus. Again, the fact of the matter is, an innocent man and his father's collection of Legos that he spent his whole life collecting that was very valuable got lost in a shitstorm here of a corporation that doesn't seem to care about what happened there and didn't really care to investigate that thoroughly, as well as some franchise owners that really immediately held a grudge against him. Again, according to that document, he'd even said he doesn't want to give them back because of the phone calls. That's some pretty goober shit. So this whole thing seems like a fucking mess, even more so now than like a week ago. So yeah, I just wanted to give you the little update on it. That's really about it. So yeah.
And you don't have it, but there's 3 people in here that can give it to them so that they qualify. Here's the hard part of my offering or my request.
Okay.
And I've not done this in probably 20 years ago.
20 days.
But Lord said, I want to make a multi-millionaire out of someone, but they have to sow $10,000.
People multi-millionaires. So that means you're going to need to start giving $10,000 right now. Just the way this whole thing is even set up almost feels like it's a parody of
millionaire. I wish it was me. No. I'm saying I wish it was me because I got it.
90 seconds already.
I'm going to show you who I am. And for the rest of your days, everywhere the sole of your feet shall trod, you shall possess the land. And everything kalasupa, and everything your hand shall touch. Now I'm laughing because he said the money I'm asking them for, I already got to replace.
With the Lord? You're saying you don't trust that guy? Seems like you might burn in hell!
I need 30 of you to get the $200. The person, if you're going to sow the $10,000, you will bring it up to Pastor Rockmore, Bishop, and you will get your release in Jesus' name. Everyone else, get $200. I want you to do it, women, especially who've had a difficult moment, and get in the center aisle. I will not beg, but I will not stop till there's 30 there as fast as possible.
Now, he hasn't forgot the 200, right? So he asked for the 10,000. Now you got the 200. Spoiler alert, he does ask for 30 as well for the people who can't give 200. So, I mean, they're going to get every financial group.
That's right, he's making sure to get everybody here. 200, and it's even worse than just normal begging, because this is like turbo begging 2.0. It's begging with a Fortnite skin of a pastor. It's despicable. I think you get what's going on here, and it sucks. Anyway, that's really about it. So yeah, I like shiny cardboard. I do not like grading the shiny cardboard. I do not like green eggs and ham. I have said it for many moons now. I think grading cards is hooey. I know I've spit and shit about this topic for a while, but it's true. I just think it's a bunch of horseradish. You pay hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars to grade your cards, and sometimes they get damaged. Other times, it just feels like it's truly just RNG, the roll of the dice, and it's entirely dependent on whoever's manhandling your card's mood on that given day with whatever grade they decide to dole out. To me, it just always feels inconsistent, so I just really never think that it's worth the money to get cards graded. And I know people make entire careers out of buying and selling graded cards and all of that. All power to you. I'm not your fucking dad. I'm not coming in there with a belt making you stop just because I don't like it. You do what you want to do. But there is just very real problems with the whole practice of grading cards, especially when it comes to things like PSA. And that's what we're about to talk about today. PSA is probably one of the biggest when it comes to card grading. I'm sure all of you have heard their brand name tossed around quite a bit. When it comes to card grading, they're like fucking Kleenex, where when people talk about a graded card, they usually say like PSA plus the number as opposed to like just general card grading. The same way when people talk about tissue, sometimes they say, can you give me a fucking Kleenex? Like it's gotten to that level where they are just that big. They're kind of the top dog. But I also just really don't like them in particular. I think they're one of the worst in the card grading industry, in an industry I already think is full of corruption in general. And today I saw a video breaking down a wild situation where someone had an extraordinarily rare card. I'm talking less than 50 of these cards in the world, at least that are known about. It's a PSA, or was, RIP, God rest its soul, a PSA 10 Deoxys Lenticular card. So basically it's 3 art in 1, and it's from over 22 years ago. There are only a handful of these out there, and the estimated price based on like recent data is around $45,000 for this card. And this individual had this card, and they wanted it to get reholdered. And when they sent it to PSA, they fucking blasted it. They annihilated that card, and what he received back was a PSA 6. What they're citing is a PSA 6, noting that it was damaged, unfortunately. And instead of like paying him what the card's actual value would be worth, they aren't willing to do that. They're instead hiding behind this fair market value number they're pulling out of their dirty rectum. and offering significantly less. So I want to show you some of this video and go over this because it is very scummy from everything I can see.
This is a holy grail for some Deoxys collectors. And I'll tell you, it's a grail for a reason. It's got it all. It's old and it's very exclusive. It was only given out for the release of Pokemon's 7th movie, Destined Deoxys, and only in Japan was this card given out. And it's super cool because it's the only small lenticulated card to exist. Yeah, here's an example of a lenticulated Charizard card, or what lenticulated means. The card changes depending on the angle you look at it. Here's a little video that shows you how cool this card is.
This Pokemon card is actually 3 cards in one. When you move this card up and down, Deoxys will change into a different form.
This is just showing you the card itself and what makes it so rare and valuable to collectors. Lenticular shit from back in the day is actually really hype. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but right here, I actually have my original copy of Majora's Mask with the lenticular label on it. It's so fucking cool. And this is a really rare card, especially to find in a pristine condition. It's been over 2 decades. So having a PSA 10 is very, very rare.
This is a sick card, and this particular card was originally graded as a 10. Originally. Now, how did that change? Well, it happened through a process called reholdering. Older PSA as a company, a grading company, was a little more lenient on Pokemon cards or just cards in general at the time. So when you get an older slab, you expect a lesser quality condition of a card, even if it is in a 10. Logan Pulse Pikachu. And you'll see this happen at Pokemon card shows. People will ask if my card has a older certification number, meaning it was graded at an older point in time. And if they are graded at an older point in time, they're actually worth a little less. So what some people do is they get their cards reholdered.
Which is exactly what this individual is doing. They wanted it reholdered so they could have an updated slab showing that it is a pristine 10, even by modern, more strict grading standards, because that would then fetch a higher price to collectors that want to purchase the item. And according to the original Reddit post, they actually did have someone offer in excess of 45K. I'm assuming that may have been dependent on like the reholdering maintaining a 10, which is probably why they were like really gung-ho about doing it. And then disaster struck, and then the Fire Nation attacked.
Now imagine the shock that Brian felt when he submitted his super old, super rare, already in a PSA 10 Deoxys for reholdering, and it came back to him as a PSA 6, losing about 90% of its value. And it wasn't because he did anything wrong, but PSA actually damaged his card. 268-279-56, I actually looked it up, and as you can see, it actually has been deemed back down to an EX Mint 6. They kept the same certification number, and they turned it down from a PSA 10 all the way down to a PSA 6.
Again, just to make sure it's very clear, the reason he was doing this is because with an older slab, it was more lenient, which means buyers wouldn't pay as much because there's a chance it's not actually a 10. Maybe there's like some scuffs here, a little poop over there, like who really knows? So he was getting it reholdered to update that to fetch a higher price. And what happened is, and you can see it through searching the serial number, it got regraded all the way down to a 6. And then after corresponding with PSA via email, which we're about to look at, it's because they fucked it up. They ruined it. They took away the vast majority of the value of this card, which is life-changing money, mind you, all because they made a whoopsie-daisy. Oh, clumsy us, real butterfingers. We seem to have crumpled it up and used it as toilet paper. But don't worry, we slabbed it, and we've updated the serial number in our system, so now everyone will know that this is now a 6. Why aren't you happy? This is what you paid for. So here's the email. My name is Dorothy, and I'm a supervisor for the Customer Relations Department team here at PSA. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me this morning as discussed over the phone. CERT, that's the Deoxys, was unfortunately impacted during our encapsulation process. This did lead the card to no longer merit the grade of a PSA 10. Instead, our head of grading has provided that the new grade is a PSA 6. I am provided the details below. Dorothy, come on! You're going to make a grammar mistake like that? This is less than professional. I am provided. It should be I have provided the details below. Get with the program, Dorothy. Take this seriously. Along with our offer based on our findings of the fair market value. That's a boogeyman term with PSA, by the way.
They say the description, the card and the original 10. They confirm that it's originally a 10, and they say that the fair market value is $20,000. And here's where we're going to get some issues. They said the value of the 6 is $750, and with the ordering fees, I can't believe they included the order fee here, that it costed $190 just to destroy their card. And so they go on to say that they would like to offer the market value difference in the form of credit on an account or a check, and remove their insane respective grading fee, which, oh my gosh, I can't believe you'd spend $200 just for them to rewrite a number on a card.
Quick pause here, a little halftime show, because I have been screeching about that to the high heavens for so long. PSA overcharges the fuck out of everyone who makes the mistake of using their services. You pay an arm and a leg for the most basic of services, and they arbitrarily jack the price up as they're jacking themselves off on top of your cards, giving you whatever grades they decide to pull out of their ass that day, and their numbers make no sense. It's extremely expensive to do, like, basically anything even remotely adjacent to card grading through PSA. So, like, I'm not surprised at all about the reholdering being nearly $200 just to fucking update the slab. It's crazy, man. It is actually crazy. That price didn't shock me in the slightest. I'm actually surprised it wasn't $1,000, knowing PSA.
They would also like to offer to have the item encapsulated as the current PSA grade or as authentic at no additional cost. How kind of them. As discussed on the phone, I understand you have concerns with initial market values. Please note our fair market value pricing is established by calculating the average sold prices for comparable items. And they say if you show any difference, we'll forward them to the pricing evaluation team. Now, the reason why this is such a crazy deal and such an insane, insulting offer is because the last sale on this card was $45,000. Offering $20K as an average is a spit in the face, and I'll explain later why.
This is where it gets extremely spicy. That card sold only a couple of weeks ago by PSA. And this is where it gets a little conspiratorial, but I think there's a lot of merit to it. There are people that are speculating that they didn't actually damage his card when reholdering it. The encapsulation process, it's a psyop. It's not real. What they're thinking might have happened is PSA, when reholdering that PSA 10 Deoxys that was submitted, they took it and then sold it themselves, and then instead gave him a 6, saying that it was damaged and now it's down to a 6. That is a theory, just a little game theory that a lot of people have, because you need to stop and consider just how unlikely these circumstances are. That PSA had 2 PSA 10 Deoxys lenticular cards from 2004 at the same time, when there is only 38 of these cards in the fucking known universe. And somehow PSA had 2 of them at the same time. When this card was being reholdered, they had already been selling this other 10 that they had for $45K. The timing is just very suspicious. PSA was who sold that $45,000 Deoxys. But even setting aside the conspiracy, even if that's entirely just wrong and a bunch of fiddlesticks, they have their own data to pull from for the fair market value. They, PSA, sold this exact same card, this PSA 10 Deoxys, only a matter of weeks ago for $45,000. So wouldn't basic logic stand to reason that they would view that card as $45,000? So why are they now telling this poor guy here, who just lost this card now because of their incompetence, that actually fair market value is about $20K, so we'll give you $19K because we're splitting the difference here with the 6 and that, when they themselves have already sold it for $45K? They should know that that is the fair market value. That's what you just fucking sold it at. So why are you feeding this guy a bunch of nonsense? Why are you blowing smoke up his butt? That's why it's been, like, so big. And, like, well, I mean, just damaging a card this rare is already going to be a big story, but this blows up even further because of just how fishy and shady this whole thing is from PSA. They sold this exact card for $45K. Why are you now trying to turn around and say that it's only worth $20K to this individual here whom you've just ruined that exact card for? It doesn't make sense. It's weird.
And the thing is, if they gave him a decent offer I wouldn't need to make this video. They actually threatened the dude if he made it public. This is like the stuff I would expect Kevin O'Leary to write if he was on a PR team. Please let me know once you find those listings or if you choose to accept our offer. Should you choose to accept the offer, due to the offer being over $500, we would need you to sign a standard release agreement. So their excuse is that because the offer is over $500, he needs to sign a hush-hush document. If you approve the resolution as offered, you would receive an email link to the DocuSign to review and sign the agreement. Please be aware that should you accept this settlement offer, our standard settlement agreement includes a confidentiality provision. Sorry, I'm sick. My brain is fried right now. Any public disclosure of the settlement offer may result in our rescinding the offer.
That's pretty stern. That's rather frank, but they do give you a nice little sweet apology at the end saying they sincerely apologize, and I think that's coming from a genuine place. Thank you so much, Dorothy, for that. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes. As he said, if it was like a decent offer, it's like, hey, we blew it here, man. We ruined your card. We'll just give you like the $45K or whatever that the card is worth. We literally just sold one, and we'll move on past this. But they don't do that. Instead, they lowball him an offer based off of just imaginary nothing math because they're trying to screw this guy over. And then they're saying at the end of the email that if he accepts it, they're basically going to lock him into confidentiality where he can't disclose anything about it because it would make PSA look really bad. And I think it's pretty clear he probably hasn't accepted that offer. I imagine, will be rescinding the offer as Dorothy threatened to do in the end of the email there. And I think it just is a really, really bad look for PSA here across the board. I don't think they could have handled this any worse. But I also think this is a really nice look at how a company like PSA operates. I have said PSA is shady for a while. Dorothy calls it a standard form, which leads me and many others to believe that this is just the norm for them, that if they ruin your shit and it's over $500, they'll lock you down into being like quiet about it, so they'll pay you off like hush money and you can't talk about like, the settlement, which I can almost see the logic behind, because like PSA probably doesn't want people hearing that they're ruining cards over like $500 because then people won't feel comfortable sending them the cards. But on the flip side of that coin, it would probably be good for their image to be like, hey, look, mistakes happen. We handle so many cards, this volume. There are going to occasionally be these hiccups. And when that happens, look at all of these people we've taken care of when we've made an error. Like, I feel like you would want them to like say like, no, I was upset about it initially, but then it got squared away. They gave me exactly what the card was worth. But that's clearly not how they operate. They'd rather just have it be like seemingly really lowball fair market value that they just make up poof out of nowhere based on nothing tangible. Like, it looks like what they tried to do is take really old sales of that card and then like kind of take into account their most recent sale and then find the average, but that's a stupid way of doing it because of how much the hobby and just the reselling has blown up. Like, it makes no sense why you wouldn't just take the data from the most recent sale your fucking self has just done. It seems like it's just a very underhanded tactic in order to try and justify these lowball amounts that they're offering that appear to be standard based on Dorothy's email. And the confidentiality, I just don't think is a good idea. Even though I can almost see why they're trying to do that, I think it's still just a shitty look. I think it would be far more effective if they just said, like, again, we made a mistake, and this is how we correct it. Look, he's even posting about it. We gave him exactly what the card was worth when we fucked up. I think that's a lot better than, we fucked up your card, now shut up and take this much lesser amount than what the card was worth.
So in the final picture, Brian includes the sales of all the past, cards of the same card, all the past sales is what I'm trying to say. And as you can see here, the last sale in February 2026 was $45,000. Now, just to clarify, because apparently Tony over here says, my only thing is that the card itself is different in that 45K sale, like different artwork. If you compare the exact same card, then they are fair. Oh my God. This card, they're saying the artwork is different because it doesn't look the same as this one over here. It's the same card. It's lenticulated. It has 3 different artworks on it.
I liked that section because I also saw a couple of people on like the original post saying, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? It's not even the same card. The art's different. So I guess we've reached a point where people don't remember what lenticular means, like what those items are, like what they look like. The reason it looks different there is because it's just at a different angle, so you're seeing one of the different arts. It's lenticulated. There's 3 arts there. Like, Jesus Christ, it's the same card. And it only takes like 1 second, actually 1 second, to just type it in yourself to double check, like, is this the same card? Like, I don't know, it's different artwork, but maybe I just don't know what lenticular means. Let me look it up. Oh, okay. No, I see, now I get it. But no one wants to do that anymore. They'd rather just immediately just type that stupid shit.
And I know some of you are wondering, like, look at these other sales. They go from, they're 5,500, they're 10K, 15K. Why is this 45K the one we're looking at? Well, you answered your own question. Because as you can see, cards are fluid. Their prices are going to go up. And it's only getting higher as time goes on. And when a card goes up in value, you can't just value the next card you sell based on the average of the past 3. That's not how it works. If anything, the card should be worth more money because as you can see, there's a clear demand for this card and it's going up as time goes on.
Not only that, with a card this rare, every one of those sales, the reason it keeps going up is because there's less and less of them that exist, and there's not going to be more. I would be beyond surprised if we saw another PSA 10 of this card within the next, like, 2 or 3 years. It's very, very, very rare. So that's the reason it keeps climbing. So the most recent sale being 45 should be the one that they would look at the fair market value for and extrapolate like it's at least 45K. You wouldn't be taking the averages of the other ones because it's growing in demand and also in scarcity. There's not going to be more. So it's going to go up. And they know that. Again, this is just a very convenient way of trying to save quite a bit of money here for their boo-boo. Anyway, though, this is a good breakdown of the PSA situation here from Snomnom. I'll link the original in the description. And yeah, that's really about it. So, yeah, this is just downright evil. A French streamer named Jean Parmenov, real name Raphael Gravin, has passed away in his sleep on stream after this marathon stream that he was a part of, where his friends, and I wouldn't call them friends, they are like actual demons, basically just abused him, beat him, fundamentally tortured him, made him consume dangerous things, and then he went to sleep and died in his sleep. He was 46 years old, and the exact cause of death is currently being investigated. Jean Parmenov was mainly a gamer, and then over time grew a big following and started doing like more IRL streams, and from what I can gather, more like extreme challenges. But what happened during this marathon stream where he ultimately passed away was something that he was not a full willing participant of, as evidenced by what he would say during streams, as well as a text message he sent to his mother just days before his death. He allegedly sent this to his mom shortly before he passed. "Hey mom, how are you? I'm sick of this game. It's gone way too far. I feel like I'm being held hostage by their awful concept. I'm exhausted. I want to leave, but the other guy won't let me. He's holding me hostage." The other streamers involved here are trying to claim they had nothing to do with it, and then even posted some very heartfelt messages about his passing and how much he meant to them. But if you watch any of the footage, and I don't know what I can and can't show you here because it is actually torturing this guy, and then he eventually dies. Like, if you just watch that, it's very clear this isn't a man they respected. This is someone they treated like a human punching bag.
Oh, t'écoutes?
Ouais, ça va. J'ai jamais touché vraiment. Vraiment. T'inquiète pas, t'inquiète pas.
Je relâche.
Allez,
arrête, arrête, tu vas mourir. Arrête, Sarfine, arrête.
Oui, oui.
Arrête.
Ah, il me prend, putain.
Sarfine, arrête, tu vas mourir. Arrête, tu vas mourir.
I've seen a few news sources showing these clips, so I'm assuming that these are okay to show. Not that any of it is okay, it only gets worse from here. But as far as what they did to this man and the abuse that he endured, this is like the lowest level of it. Not that there's a such thing as diet torture, there's no such thing as like a tasteful amount of torture, but as far as like clips I can show you of just how awful it was, this is, I think, the limit of what I'm allowed to show. It is shocking that it went on for so long. Like, this was not just like a one-time thing. This was a recurrent gag on their streams where they bring Jean in and then they all just turn into like the toddlers from Weapons and start like ripping at him, beating him, insulting him. Like they really treat him like their prisoner, like a dog's chew toy or something. It is foul. And they have the audacity to claim that they did nothing and that they are blameless in this death. Like, oh, it was just such an unexpected tragedy that he passed away. No one could have seen it coming. I think any sensible person will look at all of the evidence that they themselves filmed on stream and be able to say with high level of confidence that they definitely had a hand in his untimely death. Two of the streamers directly involved in this have made statements where they're trying to put on this facade of grief, but I don't buy it at all. The first comes from Naruto, which is a wild name for a piece of shit like this to have. It's been a while since I've seen the show, but I don't recall Naruto ever being a huge advocate for torturing innocent people. Anyway, his statement says, "I've always dreaded writing these words. Sadly, last night, JP, Raphael Gravin, left us. My brother, my sidekick, my partner, 6 years, side by side, never letting go. I love you, my brother. We will miss you terribly. Please respect his memory and don't share the video of his final moments. For his family and for us, his second family, rest in peace." A bunch of words there, and I don't believe any of them. All of these words are once again more meaningless than mahujanize, and that's a word that I completely made up. This is hollow when you look at how they treated this guy for so long. It wasn't just the physical abuse that Jean Parmenov, Raphael Gravin, endured. It was the mental abuse. They would all, like, from what I can tell, they were even doing their best to, like, keep him from sleeping. They were, like, strangling him as well, which, of course, is physical, too. But, like, there was significantly more than just the physical stuff they were doing to him to mistreat him and abuse him and dehumanize him. It was terrible. It was truly terrible. Like, obviously, I'm not going to show any more from the stream, but do you want to know how they went to check if he was still alive? Well, when they thought something might be a bit awry, they threw a bottle at him. They just threw a bottle at his body, and then they went over and started slapping him to try and see if he'd wake up, but he was still unresponsive. So that's when it dawned on them that he had died in his sleep, on stream, right next to all of them. There is nothing that I have seen here that leads me to believe they genuinely cared about this guy. I think it's very clear Raphael Gravin very much cared about them and wanted to be their friend, and to me it seems like they exploited that. They manipulated him into being the butt of the joke for these humiliation streams. That's what these were. They were humiliation streams that they roped Raphael Gravin into agreeing to, and it seems like they were just dangling this carrot of friendship in front of him. And like all of the attention that it was gathering, it seems like they were holding over his head like, oh man, we need you here, JP. We need to, mistreat you on stream, but just know we love you. This is all part of, the joke here for the audience. We're all in on it. We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you. That's what it seems like to me from everything I have seen here. And this has gone on for a really long time. It really seems like at no point did they actually respect JP or treat him like a friend. He was simply the catalyst for their humiliation streams. Because of him, they were able to get a lot more eyeballs and make a lot more money off humiliating and abusing this guy that they never actually really viewed as a friend. That's what it looks like to me. Now, all of this was broadcast on Kick, and it went on for a long time. Not only this 10-day marathon, but a lot of the other abuse that happened prior also broadcast on Kick, and at no point were they ever, reprimanded or shut down, according to sources. So a lot of attention is now turning towards Kick about, how they handle illegal shit like this. So our priority is to protect creators and ensure a safer environment on Kick. All co-streamers who participated in this live broadcast have been banned pending the ongoing investigation. So they didn't ban until after JP's death. Now, this kind of thing has happened on Twitch before. This isn't exclusive to just Kick. This has happened on YouTube streaming before as well. There was a streamer a while back on YouTube who literally murdered his girlfriend on stream. This is unfortunately something that has happened on other streaming platforms, and I understand that it can oftentimes be hard for a company to proactively get involved and stop something from happening before it happens, preventing a tragedy. You know, this isn't fucking Minority Report here with Tom Cruise able to, like, see the future or some shit. Like, they couldn't prevent it in some of those cases, but this one's a little different because a big source of their content was mistreating JP on stream. Strangling him, beating him. Like, that was a big piece of their content for a while, even before, like, all of this blew up and he passed away. Like, I feel like at some point Kick could have absolutely been alerted to that and taken action. And Kick does have a history of letting criminal activity fly unpunished for a while. There is a streamer that I have talked about numerous times who has literally fucked a prostitute on stream, on Kick, in front of a child on stream, and still was never banned for that. And that wasn't even the first time that he fucked a prostitute on stream. But that was the first time he did that while a child was literally in the room while he had sex with that prostitute. Still, never banned. Kick has been very loosey-goosey with their enforcement of their own policies, where they will let criminal activity fly for way too long. So that is something I think they really need to get under control. Kick has been growing a lot recently, and I think if it wants to continue to grow, it needs to take shit like this far more seriously. Like, before something like this happens. I feel like day one of JP being abused during this 10-day marathon, Kick could have come in and just put the kibosh on it. I'm not saying that would have saved his life or anything like that. Of course, there's no way to know. But if Kick would just be a little more mindful of trying to prevent illegal activities from being broadcast on there, it'd be really helpful, not only to the platform, but to people like JP, where if his friends weren't receiving such monetary incentive to keep humiliating and abusing him, like if they had been banned by Kick, well, maybe they would have stopped. But when they get to do an entire 10-day marathon of a bulk of the content revolving around, like, fundamentally torturing this guy, well, then it seems like they've got the green light to keep doing it, and they made a lot of money doing it too. And I already know the defense that a lot of people will use here about Kick has grown a lot, so there's a lot of buns in the oven. They can't keep track of every stream every single time. And I recognize that to a certain extent, but this was a big stream for them. Like, this is something that I think would have been on their radar in some capacity, and given Kick's history of just letting, like, really degenerate and illegal shit fly for a while, I think there's a chance they knew about this, but just were letting it ride because it was a big stream, and they don't want to be viewed as the platform that's like Weenie Hut Jr., where they'll, like, ban people willy-nilly. Which, again, I get, but when it comes to, like, torture and illegal shit, there is nothing wrong with stepping in and banning those accounts. In fact, I would argue it's very beneficial for your platform to do that, so that way the perception of Kick as a whole isn't like a lawless wasteland where criminals go to broadcast illegal shit. And it seems like the user base would like Kick to do more in cases like this. Aiden Ross made a statement where he mentioned that him and Drake are going to be covering the funeral costs for Raphael Gravin, which I think is a very nice gesture. And from what I can tell, it seems like Aiden agrees that Kick needs to do more in cases like this to stop the illegal content from being broadcast on that platform. It seems like it's something the users agree needs to have more action taken on, like stopping illegal broadcasts of crime on Kick. Now, to go back to the actual individuals involved in the abuse of Parmenov, one of the lawyers for them has come forward and said that the victim had cardiovascular problems and that the violence in the videos was acted. All of those scenes are just staged. They follow a script, he said. Actually going back to the classic, it's all just acting. A pretty interesting defense tactic here. I wonder if the text message Raphael Gravin sent to his mother agrees that it was all a script and that it was just acting. That must have been part of it. It was one hell of a script here. This is up there with some of Nolan's best scripts. This is crazy. To claim that the violence was staged and just acted. No, the fuck it was not. You can watch it yourself and see that is not the case. Like, they're trying to pull that meme of Patrick Stewart going to sleep and then saying, wasn't sleeping, just acting, and use it to try and excuse the hand that their clients may have had in the death of a 46-year-old innocent man on stream. It's, again, you can watch the clips yourself. it's pretty infuriating. It's hard to watch, but you can. And it's very clear this was not some script, and that this was not just acting. This is real terror and real abuse that this man suffered at the hands of people he thought were his friends. Now, I do know that there are a couple of clips where Raphael Gravin was playing along with it to a certain degree, where he would kind of lean into like the humiliation / abuse for the sake of like the stream. There are a couple moments of that, but it's very rare. The majority of the majority of it is them like just lashing out and like attacking him or making him do things against his will, and it's not scripted. Very clearly not scripted or fully agreed upon. So I think that is a very weak defense. I guess we'll see if the French courts agree, but I really think you can say with high confidence that this stream and these streamers did play a role in what ultimately happened to Raphael Gravin. They may not have directly killed him or anything like that, but I do think everything they put him through for such an extended period of time had a real role to play in what happened. It's sickening. This stream was hard to watch the clips from. It was brutal. Anyway, I had to talk about it a little bit. It's just so fucking crazy. That's really about it. So yeah. I've seen a lot of things in this world, but this, I've never seen. Never even thought of, to be honest with you. I think few people on the planet would conceive of something as foul as this. Yeah, those are firefighters cutting open, carving up a fucking porta potty shitter like it's a Thanksgiving turkey. And they're not doing it just for fun or because someone dropped their phone in there or something like that. Because a human being is stuck inside of that right there. Inside the actual stew of the porta potty, the guts. That is baffling to me. Because not even animals get stranded in there. Rats know to stay away from that shit. And yet somehow this man is now trapped in there. As Kevin Garnett says, anything is possible! I was stunned when I saw this. And there has to be such a crazy story behind how he ended up there. Like, initially I thought maybe he was being chased by some villains, some bad guys, so he had to take cover and hide, and I promise you, nobody's checking inside of a porta potty, like inside of the tank of a porta potty, the receptacle. And the most upsetting part that'll keep you up at night is this mystery will forever remain unsolved. So the lore leading up to it, the porta potty supplier said a driver with the company arrived to collect it from a World Cup watch party. When he knocked on the door, a voice called out that it was occupied. He explained that he had 10 minutes before he would need to exit, and when the driver came back, he hadn't done so and indicated he would not be coming out. The man inside said he was not going to get out. Luckily, a police officer on a motorcycle went by. Driver waved him down. Cop walked up to the door and asked the man to exit the toilet. The man replied he could not reach the door and couldn't get out of the toilet. Now, through this, there's some breadcrumbs we can follow and have at least a guess as to what maybe happened here. I'm gonna recreate the crime scene here. We're gonna work with my little game theory. So this is a World Cup watch party. Let's assume he's been drinking. So he excuses himself to the portaloo here. He tips his fedora to everyone else at the watch party, goes and does his business, and he's spending quite a bit of time in there. Then the porta potty collector comes up, knocks on the door, and frightens him. So he thinks like, oh no, there's evil afoot. There's someone trying to break in. So he's saying like, no, I'm not coming out. But then the porta potty collector says, look, man, you have like 10 minutes. I'll be back. You got to be done by then. So then in an effort to not leave, he crawls inside of the toilet to hide. Kind of like, you know, like to protect a tree or something where you tie yourself to the tree so they can't knock it over. Maybe that's what he was doing to the porta potty. Like, he wanted it to stay. He wasn't ready to leave. So he took desperate measures, crawled inside, or maybe there was supposed to be like a jump scare, like, oh, I'm going to really prank this guy when he comes back to collect it. I'm going to pop out and go boo from the toilet, you know, skibbity style. And it just went south because he got stuck. But I think he probably did it because he didn't want to leave and didn't want anyone to catch him. So then a cop rolls by and orders him to get out, and then he says at this point he can't because he's stuck in there now. And when they do, spoiler alert, they do eventually free him. This is actually quite a long video here. When they do free him, they never even asked how he got in that situation in the first place. How would that not be the first thing you ask that person? How could you resist the urge to ask him what the fuck happened to lead to that? Because this was on his own accord. Do you know how hard you have to try to get yourself inside of a porta potty tank like that? He is a big guy. When they get him out, he is like a pretty tall guy. And he's like not small by any means. He had to contort his body and commit to probably minutes worth of effort to get inside of there, the whole time splishing and splashing in this bath of fucking pee and poop to get in there. And no one thought to ask why he did that or what was going on. That blows my mind. I imagine everyone just wanted to get out because of how disgusting it is. They didn't want to spend any more time there than necessary, which I understand, but come on. How can you resist the urge to get the knowledge, the forbidden knowledge of why he was in there?
I know. Come on, get on out of there. There you go.
So they finish opening up like a mouth on the toilet there, like a little door there, a tiny passage. And you can see him like sticking his arm out. That is some haunted shit. And the firefighters there are cheering him on like, come on, get out of there, man. Come on, you can do it. Get out of there, man. Stop messing around. Stop goofing around down there. It's time to get out. You've been in there long enough. And he's just in there literally laying down in all of this shit. It's unthinkable to me. Holy.
Your bitch notice. Bro, come out. You're gonna look out of there.
Cut all the way down. Watch your fucking self. Get it way back. We're gonna cut all the way down. Get way back.
Watch your arm. Where's your arm at? Yeah.
No good deed goes unpunished. The firefighter cuts it even further because the guy said it still wasn't enough to get out. So he cuts it further and then with his foot tries to push it down for him, only to get blasted, splashed with the porta potty water. Oh, and it's not, let's not get it confused here. That's not water anymore, pal. That's about as gross as it gets. Oh, and the firefighter walks away going, okay, I'm done doing this now. Understandable. Like, this is so fucking gross.
Get out. Come on, man. Dude, I'm gonna move my motorcycle. I can't. Lean forward like you did before.
Lean forward and come out.
I don't know. Hey guys, Jesus Christ. You know what I was like? Lean forward. Lean forward. Lean forward. Put your arms out. Get out. Just lean up like you were before. No, other way.
Push it the other way.
Other way. Now
there you go.
Forward.
They keep trying to coach him out here, and every time you can see him start moving, that actually looks like a SCP type shit. Like some kind of fucking haunted porta potty type thing. Like, you go in there to use it, and then all of a sudden these arms come out and start grabbing you and shaking you with your butt cheeks in there and whatever. I just don't understand, man. How did this happen, and why didn't they ask? Like, come on, I have to know. I have to know. Like, I have my theories, we have our guesses, but there's just no way of knowing for sure. It is just so perplexing. Why would someone do that? Why? Like, I don't care how disgusting you are as a person. This is a level that is just so inherently baked into human DNA that you don't go. Like, genuinely, animals don't do that. Animals don't go into porta potty, like, tanks like that. And if they do, it's by accident, and they're probably pissed about it. And they probably die in there. Like, it's just... How did it happen? Because this had to be on purpose, obviously. This isn't an accident. He is a big guy. He didn't all of a sudden just sit down to take a shit and then just, like, fall in, like, whoa! Like, that... he didn't slide in there and get stuck by accident. And I don't think this was some kind of magical event where the toilet was blessed by some kind of fairy that had it, like, stretch all of a sudden and swallow this guy. Like, I don't think it's under a spell. So, like, he did this himself. I don't think there was, like, a separate party that came in and, like, forced him in there, like an accordion style, like, pushing him down. That would have been extraordinarily difficult, and especially considering the other information we have from when he wasn't stranded in there. He was in there on his own accord. At least that's how it sounds. And then he never made a mention that someone had, like, ganked him and forced him into the porta potty like that, which I'm assuming if this was, like, an attack that led to this, he would have mentioned. It's just, how did it happen, brother? Please tell me. Wow. As I was editing this and about to render, Patriot Portable Restrooms came forward to explain what happened here, as well as giving, like, some bonus footage of the man in the porta potty. And they explain at least what they know to be true about how this guy ended up in there. So we do actually have some information here.
Hey everybody, here to set the story straight for what happened on July 14th, 2026. My name is Chip Counterman. I'm a partner with Patriot Portable Restrooms here in Kansas City. The lid was closed, no one was in the...
We are comparing Taco Bell tacos to Wawa tacos. A lot of glaze surrounding Wawa tacos. I like Wawa food. I was a chicken panini guy. These tacos are apparently new and really good. I was a big Taco Bell guy until about 2 months ago when I ordered a late night burrito, and it was basically one of the worst things that's ever been put into a fucking shell.
What did they do to it?
I don't know. I think they probably got confused with, like, that plastic display food and real food, and
I see.
Mixed
Meshed
the
the two, yeah.
It was genuinely one of the worst tasting things I think I've ever had in my life.
That's not good. They're competing with Chipotle now.
Chipotle is still worse. I think Chipotle is still
figured, I
worse.
figured.
That was a fluke from Taco Bell, but I've basically gone cold turkey
I don't
quitting
know how this is going into us dunking on Chipotle immediately, but my favorite Chipotle memory is it was at one of our watch parties, and you got the pit of an avocado.
The avocado pit.
And we were like, that's crazy. And then a week later, it happened again to him.
Yeah.
Chipotle's out to get you.
I hate Chipotle.
It's crazy. So yeah, Wawa tacos. I'm seeing them online. Everybody's talking about how it's the next. It's like everything with Wawa, and Wawa's good. But when Wawa first came here, everybody I knew from New Jersey acted like it was God's gift to the earth, and now I'm seeing the tacos everywhere. So,
where are we starting? Give me one.
You want to just start on what is this? Chicken steak.
Chicken steak.
I think it's kind of marked. There's 2 in each pack.
That's good. How are they expensive?
No idea. Jamie, pull that up. That's a little Joe Rogan joke for you.
Wow, soft shell tacos.
I
I like that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Here, I'll show you. It's like shredded chicken in there, ground chicken, cheese, lettuce, and a tortilla.
That's simple. That's good. That's good.
That's good. Chicken, cheese, and lettuce, and a tortilla, baby. Are we rating these, or are we just...
No, comparing them, I think.
Okay, just seeing what we think.
Grab the chicken Taco Bell taco.
Do they even have chicken at Taco Bell?
They do. On the Cantina chicken meal. Or menu.
It's got to be a soft taco, though, right?
Ah,
There's a couple of soft ones. Here's a chicken, maybe. I don't know. I have all of the words on the side of the...
Where's this? Here we go.
Is that chicken?
Yeah, that's chicken. I also just grabbed the chicken too. Well, actually, let's do yours.
Is that chicken or beef? Oh, that's beef.
Yeah, it's beef. You're right.
Let's do that one.
Looks like chicken.
Here, you want to take the first bite?
Sure. I'll go at the.
Yeah, good luck.
I'll go with the ass.
Dude, you always get the best stuff.
Damn, they're cooking. Woo! See, that's what I wanted late night, but in a burrito form, and they gave me fucking sludge. They gave me rock hard sludge. Mm-hmm.
Which night? Can I ask which night it was? Was it like a weeknight?
It was just like a Monday, Tuesday.
That's probably what got the C squad.
It's not fair because there's like a sauce on there, and there's some seasoning on that chicken.
That is extraordinary.
I don't think I've ever had a chicken taco from Taco Bell, and I love it.
Sensational. This is good, but that's a superstar.
In fact, you're going to see the first editing ever done by Charlie. I'm going to go like this, and he's going to put the word sensational between it.
There it is.
See, he did it.
It's there.
You just saw that.
You saw it.
Charlie did that.
Yep. And here's a 3D animated graphic of the spinning taco, and now I'm breaking it apart.
But with the cat that spins, and what's it say? It's like wah wah wah. Yeah, that one.
Everybody in the back just did it at the same time.
That's incredible. And here's the thing.
Pepe, is that Pepe the cat? Is that what his name is? Something like that.
I saw him finish a song the other day, and it was immaculate. It was so good.
That's
what the fuck did they put on that?
I don't know, but that's much better than this. That's incredible.
Unreal. And the problem is, this is why we got Taco Bell, because if we just got Wawa, we'd be like, that taco is amazing.
Yeah, over the moon.
That one spreads and...
Yeah, that fucking mog.
1 point to Taco Bell.
1 point to Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great way to do this.
They win in the chicken taco department.
That is why you are the director.
Yeah.
All right, let's move into the seasoned beef.
Seasoned beef.
This one has a 6-inch tortilla, not that big. Chipotle, shredded cheese, some other stuff.
All right.
Here we go.
They had a good showing in round one, but they went up
Here,
against
this
a
one?
fucking titan.
Let's do we'll each take a bite from a side, so there's a full one for people.
That makes sense. I think that's the way to do it.
Oh, jeez, I'm so messy.
I know, it's a real oozer.
I'm a messy boy. Initial reactions?
Very
Dude,
good.
you look so cool today.
You do look cool. I was gonna mention there's something on your T-shirt today. It's crazy.
And it's a little oversized.
I know.
It looks really good.
That's how Rio wears his shirts, just oversized shirts. So
That's
when
good stuff.
Rio and Yosh did this is theirs hideout. They gave me a shirt and I fucking love it.
You look cool.
Thank
You look
you.
hip.
You do look hip.
I feel hip.
That's good.
Banger. Better than the chicken.
Absolutely. And there's a sauce on this one, a Chipotle sauce, which just adds to it. That's great.
They cooked. Man, they're doing great.
They really are.
All right.
Sorry they had to go up against that in round one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a special hard taco. That's a burrito. What's that? The hell are you? That's another chicken taco. We'll save that.
Isn't it this one that I opened earlier?
Oh, that's right. Today is a good day.
Good day.
What's this one? Oh, wait. Oh, no. What the hell? Is that potatoes? Sorry, getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, they do the potatoes in some of them.
Don't tell me yet what you think is better. That's how we get yelled at.
I think we'll reach the same conclusion. I have a hunch.
Very interesting.
Yeah. To me, Wawa takes that. You can tell because I didn't start going like this when I ate the Taco Bell one.
Which is your thing, the little running man.
Yeah. It's good. Like, I still think they did a good job. Wawa was better.
This is the same thing I said about the chicken, but in reverse. If I ate this first, I'd be like, no way Wawa's going to beat this.
Yeah.
The meat is seasoned much better in Wawa.
It is.
This was very plain, comparatively.
Yeah.
I really did not think Wawa would take the ground beef.
I thought Wawa would absolutely take the ground beef
You think?
over Taco Bell. Taco Bell used to be known for dog food beef.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing.
And they fixed it.
They've
But
had like a comeback story though.
Yeah, they fixed it. They're now a much higher quality of meat. They're like D instead of Z.
Yeah, I mean,
no, it actually is good now.
It's an improvement for sure, but like I always thought Wawa would win in beef. I thought Wawa would win in chicken too, to be fair.
But I just feel like beef is their thing. You know?
Is it? I don't know. To me now, Taco Bell's more chicken-based because their Cantina menu's just been actually crushing it.
You keep saying that. What is a Cantina menu?
That's just what they call it.
Oh.
When they did the Live Moss in 2024, 2025, they're like, we're introducing Cantina menu.
I know there's the Taco Bell Cantina as well. Isn't there?
We
like
should
a
go to
whole
one of the
special
test
restaurant?
kitchen or whatever it is. We should go sometime and do like some
We got to
tasting
make sure
stuff.
we're really nice then if we want to go there. They won't invite us.
They won't let us in the door.
Yeah. Well, I have huge complaints about the way Taco Bell's sold out to the man.
Oh, shit.
Go on.
Their most recent Live Moss wasn't free.
No.
It was on Paramount Plus exclusive.
What is a Live Moss? Why is it on Paramount?
It's the E3 of
Also,
Taco Bell.
was Taco Bell ever not the man?
Taco Bell used to be for the little guy.
They had Baja Blast. You go in, get as much hot sauce as you want. You get some cinnamon twists.
It actually might have been Peacock, but one of those two streaming services was exclusively broadcasting Live Moss 2026, so I missed it for the first time in 3 years.
And I'm sorry that my old riddled brain can't keep up. What is Taco Bell streaming?
It is the Taco Bell has an event called Live Moss where they introduce like the upcoming menu items. They get everyone excited. It's the E3 of Taco Bell.
Oh,
that's crazy.
I see. That's what
And they do it every year. And then this year's the first year where it wasn't just broadcast on YouTube, it was exclusive to either. How he believes Reddit mods don't have enough, elbow grease from the Reddit upper echelon, like Spez here, the CEO. He believes they should be entitled to, like, brand deals, talent managers, lawyers, and stuff so that way they can better be utilized as Reddit moderators. I'm not even kidding, by the way. I'm not exaggerating. Like, these are points he was making in this video, and that's what he's talking about with deadly seriousness here. He talks about Reddit moderators like they're fucking G.I. Joe commandos. Man, please come back to reality. Like, I don't want anyone to harass this guy, so I'm not going to be, like, showing you his channel or anything like that, because, honestly, I kind of feel bad for him that he's put so much weight on his personal life into this position, which is just a thankless job. And it's not really a job, at least it should never be considered a job, because all he is doing is moderating a fucking subreddit as a volunteer janitor. I really thought this was a skit, and I'm still, a small part of me, on the copium here, is hoping that this is, like, satirical and not real, but I don't know, it feels genuine.
I was the top moderator of your #1 gaming subreddit, r/livestreamfail, before I was recently removed from that position by the Reddit Code of Conduct team. I became a Reddit moderator for one reason, and that is because I think that Reddit communities and correspondingly its moderators have massive power and influence, and for some reason, nobody seems to notice, care, or take this seriously. Least of all, its moderators or the company.
That's not really a good look to say the sole reason you pursued this path of heroism as a Reddit moderator is because you believed that it held so much power. So you're basically just saying that you were power hungry and wanted to take this spot so that way you could feel powerful. He believes that Reddit communities and specifically Reddit moderators hold a strong level of sway and power, and that's why he became one himself. That, I don't think, is a good look, man. It's not even coming from, like, a place of passion or something for communities. He is literally saying he did it because he wanted to be strong. Come on! I understand that Reddit communities, like Reddit as a whole, is a platform that does hold, like, legitimate influence over, like, conversations and topics and stuff like that. So, by extension, moderators have a lot of ability to control narratives by hiding things or boosting things, and that is something that I've talked about in the past, and a lot of people have made mentions of many times. It's been a pretty big yapping point for a while. This is the quintessential Reddit mod mentality. The stereotype that exists of power-tripping Reddit mods? He is, in the first minute of this video, confirming that is exactly what drives him, is power. Like, this small modicum of power that he was bestowed for the livestream fail subreddit. And it's... the level of self-importance is sickening.
In this video, I will go over why I believe this, and I will also talk about a code of conduct moderation action that was taken against me due to good faith mistakes that I believe were caused by a clear lack of direct material support that the company gives its moderators. I will end the video by talking about what you, Spez, can do to fix this problem, as well as what I and other communities can do in case Reddit does not solve this very serious mismanagement problem regarding the lack of support that is given to moderators.
So here's the spoiler alert. He is going to be playing a sad song on the world's smallest violin about how he has been removed now as top mod of Livestream Fail because he was promoting a scam through that subreddit, which did ultimately result in people losing money. There were actual victims of this scam, so he has been removed of his position at the top of the food chain on Livestream Fail, and he is now putting a decent chunk of that blame on Reddit itself for not giving him the tools to avoid this from happening. Like, he, at a certain point, there's like a brief moment of self-awareness, like this lightning bolt of self-awareness where he's like, yeah, you know, this fucking, it was a little fishy. But then he like immediately pushes it onto Reddit like, but if Reddit had given me access to brand deals and lawyers, this probably wouldn't have happened. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're a Reddit mod. Why would Reddit be giving you access to lawyers and brand deals and shit? That doesn't make sense.
First, I will go over the code of conduct action and why I was removed as the top moderator of r/livestreamfail. This sounds like stupid internet drama, I know, but I'm going to talk about how this is a very clear example about how Reddit's mistakes causes very serious problems to Reddit's community and the company as a whole.
It was your mistake, buddy! Fucking Spez wasn't behind you massaging your shoulders as you signed the deal with $1 Million Fan Show, which turned out to be a scam. He wasn't like the Sith Lord projecting into you, trying to convince you to go to the dark side to, you know, sell out Livestream Fail to get more people hooked on $1 Million Fan Show. It was not the CEO of Reddit that forced you to do that, and even if you did have access to lawyers and other brand deals, it wouldn't have prevented something like this from happening. You made the choice.
Here's what happened. There was an announcement related to a live-stream-related game show called $1 Million Fan. I heard about the game show a few hours after it got announced by a couple major live streamers. It sounded like the perfect type of content for a live stream fail. I mean, reality TV, game show, live streaming, gaming, you know, that's perfect for LSF, which is about fun, crazy content about kind of live streaming gamers.
If that isn't the stinkiest load of horseradish I've ever heard with that description of LSF. Do you go on your own subreddit? Have you ever been on your own subreddit? That's not what it is. That's not what you just described at all. That is the most blatant misrepresentation of that subreddit I've ever heard anyone try to squeak out. If this was Pinocchio, his nose would have just went fucking Wumbo Insano style with that lie right there. Anyone who has ever visited LSF in the last, 7 years will tell you it is not a subreddit for crazy, wacky clips of gaming and, stream fails or anything like that. I don't know why he's even trying that angle. Everyone knows that's not what that subreddit is.
So when I heard about this, I was very excited. I immediately reached out to the organizers to see if we could set up some sort of a collaboration. This collaboration would just be to get cool content on the subreddit. No, financial incentives, no moderators being paid, basically none of anything like that, just fun, cool stuff for the community in the subreddit. For collaborations, the first obvious thing that came to mind was, how do we get their content on the subreddit? Either some superfans or some editors could...
Bitch move right now. Okay, yeah, no, that was bad. That was bad. No, it was just a worker bot. Ah, maybe I'm the monster. No! My friend! God, it's like a fucking claw game at the arcade. I'll come back for you. So far I'm beating the pursuers in speed. Man, you got it bad, huh? Like I got planted like it was a Donkey Kong side B. My god. Oh god, I keep executing innocent robots. I'm so sorry. I'm assuming this was the right way.
Scans detect minimal power functionality. It may need repairs.
Hey, BT. Can you come here? I made a mistake. I didn't realize I was supposed to embark on you. Don't melee me. Oh, God, I keep putting down the innocent. There's our bud. Oh, fuck. He was offering it. Damn it. Ah, God. I am so sorry. I was gonna have to fucking beat it out of him. Oh, that feels good. Oh, that's nice.
Our only option here. I can throw you across the gap.
Okay, well, I'm ready.
Are you sure about this?
That's so hype. Man, I don't remember this part either.
Wind, 3 knots, heading 274. Range, 95 meters. Projectile mass, 89 kilograms.
Like Hulk and Wolverine, baby, do it.
Trust me.
Imagine he just vaporizes me on impact.
Good throw.
Oh, what a flank. Sword core! Gotcha! Take this! Oh, way to eat it, Captain Cole. That's my boy.
274. Your data recorder says your original pilot was KIA.
Yep.
Correct. Captain Ty Lastimosa was killed in action. I am now linked to an acting pilot, Rifleman Jack Cooper.
I get court-martialed.
Lastimosa linked you to a rifleman?
Yes.
You don't have an appropriate rank to pilot this.
We'll get you
You're going to jail.
fully qualified pilot.
Objection.
Nice shooting indeed, I agree. That was a really good shield from that guy. Imagine. Whoa! Wow, they are destroying our shit.
Visual clear. I've got some tone.
Ah! What the fuck?
I got you, kid. Brace yourself.
Okay, that's right. No, not again. Oh, fuck, that was huge. No! BT! I feel like this weapon isn't heavy duty enough for this.
I've lost the hatch. Need cover, need cover. Aim for the cockpit.
I got it.
BT, you okay?
Left arm severed. However, I am still operational.
Yeah, it's just a one of a kind, like actually is. I know that that phrase gets used all the time real loosey-goosey, but for Titanfall 2, it means something, man. Like, it is actually that special. There is no game more deserving of a new entry to the franchise like Titanfall. It desperately needs a third game here, and I just don't think it's going to happen. These are just some random moments from the campaign I thought were hype, but I really do think it is an incredible FPS campaign, up there with some of the greats. I think the multiplayer is up there with some of the best multiplayer shooters. It's just the complete package. That's really about it. So, yeah.
The restroom, it kind of startled them. All of a sudden, a head popped out of the toilet, and he said, "I'm in here." Fire department came after that and tried to instruct the man to exit the toilet, and the man would not do it. They asked him why he went in, and he told them he was retrieving a Mountain Dew bottle that he dropped in from the night before, So that put him inside of the tank for about 8 hours, if all of that was true.
The footage of his head sticking out of the toilet bowl there, chills. Actual chills. So, apparently, the story about, like, the guy coming at the porta potties and then the motorcycle and all that, that has been confirmed here through this. And apparently someone did ask him what happened. I don't know why none of the articles I read reported on this, but according to the Patriot Restroom Chip, he said, the guy apparently said that he went in there to reclaim a Mountain Dew bottle that was lost prior, which, if assuming the timeline is accurate, means he was in there for 8 hours? I don't buy that. I don't think there's any world he was actually trapped in there for 8 hours. He would be panicking and desperate to get out, not nonchalant telling the porta potty guy, like, I'm in here. Nope. Occupied. Sorry. Not vacant. Like, he would be begging and screaming for someone to get him out. Because 8 hours in there, like, he's actually going to be taking, like, real damage. So I think probably what happened is, assuming the Mountain Dew bottle is correct, he lost his Mountain Dew bottle in there prior, like the evening prior, and then the next morning he's like, damn, I really want that Mountain Dew bottle back. So then he went back to the porta potty to fish around for it, and then fell in. So I don't think he was there for 8 hours, but I also just don't know how he fell in. Again, I don't think that can possibly be accidental. He is a very, like, not small guy, and there is not a whole lot of room in those porta potties. So, like, maybe if he found the Mountain Dew bottle floating in the very back, maybe he could, like, stretch far enough and start, like, climbing in to reach it, and then maybe fall in. But even then, I find that hard to believe. But yeah, that's apparently the story as Patriot Portable Restroom tells it, according to what they heard, how the man reported that he ended up in that pickle. But there's still so many questions and not enough answers.
Lean forward! I ain't listening to shit! Lean forward, put your head through the fucking thing! Listen! No, I'm not listening! Put your head through the thing like you were when you first showed up! Hey, these screws are down! No, they aren't! Lean forward, dog! Listen! I'm not listening! Lean forward like you were before! Now you're just talking now! Listen! No! Lean forward! Put your head through the hole! You gotta move! Get the fuck out of there! Hurry up! Bro, come on! Man, the screws are sticking out! So lean forward like you had your head through the first. You got space now! No, you lean Stick your head through! Put your head through the hole! No, lean your head through the hole, cuz! I'm the dumb fuck while singing the fucking urinal. That's real smart to say.
The firefighters aren't even bothering to hide their contempt here and disappointment and anger about this whole thing, because it is just a miserably disgusting experience. And this guy in the porta potty there has the gall to call the guy who's freeing him, saving him, a dumb fuck. And the officer's like, really? Fuck me? Look at you, man. Look at where you are. Like, the gall. Shocking. So he's trying to say, like, the screws are sticking through, which I imagine they probably are, but you can definitely get around that. He does have quite a bit of space now, especially considering where he was when he got himself in here in the first place. So maybe he's just having fun in there in the adventure. And honestly, like, it does look more spacious in there than I would have ever thought. There is a full human being in there who is fully outstretched, and still I can't see, like, exactly how deep it goes, but it still seems like there is room to maneuver. Shocking amount of depth to these porta potties, I suppose.
Get out of there. There you go. Now take your left arm. Take that left arm, put it straight up. Put it straight up. Look at these fucking screws. Bro, put that arm up. Bro, listen. All you gotta do is check this thing before it come out. No, you can put your left arm straight up. Listen to me. Left arm straight up. There you go. Now lean forward. Lean forward. Keep leaning. Put it back a little. Come on. Man, I can't. Wow.
That one felt pretty close. I really thought he had it there. Because it looked like he did only need to lean forward and he would basically be clear. Like, the screws that he's referring to, I think, are on, like, the sides near it. It's hard to piece together, and I don't know the anatomy of a porta potty all that well, especially not from the inside looking out like that. So, I feel like if he did lean forward there, he probably would have just been able to slide on out. Like, the plastic's probably pretty sharp, but I don't think, like, it doesn't seem like it's sharp enough to have, like, cut him or anything, so probably would have been able to get out right there if he had committed to, like, leaning, I think. I think the firefighter was probably right.
Watch your head, okay?
Do you like carry Vicks that you can put under your nose?
Don't move.
So they eventually go back in there again and cut it even wider on the sides to give him even more room to squeeze through, and that works. But unfortunately, the person filming doesn't capture the moment that he gets out. The most important moment of the whole video, the climax, was not captured on film. The amount of blue balls in this video and story is just, it's criminal. How would you not film him getting out of there? Why? It hurts so much. Like, there's some bonus footage of, like, his head and stuff now from Patriot Portable Restrooms short, but I can't find, like, the director's cut here where they have more of that. So, and I've looked everywhere. Like, I don't know if I've just missed it somewhere, but I have tried very hard to find, like, the full thing of him getting out, and I can't find that. Which hurts. So, the aftermath, once he's freed from the porta potty, they give him a little shower there to get a lot of the garbage off. What a wild situation. What a crazy scenario there. Yeah, so that's about it. So yeah. Help! A short, bearded man has fallen into addiction in Lego City. But I don't want to give up the needle. I am glued to this Lego scandal, and today has been an action-packed day of new developments in this case. I'll start with the one everyone has now seen. The Bricks and Minifigs franchise owners, the stars of the circus that had been the subject in most of the video coverage around this case, Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson, aka Voldemort and Dr. Evil, have reached a mutual agreement with Bricks and Minifigs to part ways. They announced the permanent closure of its Salem, Oregon store, the one at the heart of this scandal. They announced this like it's fucking E3, as well as making a mention that there was a mutual agreement reached with the franchise owners of that location, Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson, due to a devastating social media campaign. So they send them out with a sad song on the world's smallest violin. They then immediately speedrun to massaging their sack and trying to put the crosshairs instead on the previous owner. They talk about how there's an investigation that's still ongoing, but their current investigation points to the real bad guys as the previous owners, which are the Gormans. They talk about gross negligence, significant evidence of gross negligence, as well as operational gaps during the transition and subsequent management of document recovery. They then provide a lot of information that they've gathered through their investigation, and some of it does have corroborating evidence that other outside parties are now talking about and providing as well. And I'll get into that in a moment, because it does seem like there was a lot of really convoluted, messy problems here, even before BB and JJ, Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson, got involved here from the top turnbuckle. What I find interesting, though, is that they are immediately going into, it's the previous owners, let's all forget about this. Yes, Brandon and Josh are gone. Okay, we can celebrate, but let's talk about the real villains. When even if Brandon and Joshua weren't immediately responsible for how sloppy everything got off rip, they are responsible for their own behavior. We have oodles of body cams, which I know about the unredacted body cams. I watched those. It definitely doesn't look good for the Bricks and Minifig side of things, but I don't believe I'm actually allowed to show anything or talk about that in depth because I don't know if it's entirely legal how they were obtained. But even outside of that, we have the evidence of Brandon and Josh's behavior to Ben on camera and the things that were being said over the phone and how aggressive and vulgar and hostile they were immediately, even upon just a request to try and get this resolved amicably. So again, even if they're not solely responsible for all of the hoopla legally with the consignment and all of that and what was coming from corporate or what was coming from franchisee, they didn't conduct themselves professionally in any way, shape, or form and only served to exacerbate issues.
But Johnson, the new owner of this franchise, also claimed that he had the right to that property. Here's the statement that he made to police, quote, "However, due to the claim that Mr. Mansell continues to call the business despite being told not to and encouraging others to do so as well, he does not want to give these items to Mr. Mansell." He added that he also doesn't feel he needs to since the store's inventory became his once he took it over. So he didn't want to give the items to Mansell because of Mansell's phone calls? And why didn't the police order him to return the sets to Mansell immediately? I guess we'd have to talk to the DA.
I wanted to briefly dump that clip from the Legal video in here because I think that is just comical coming from a ghoul like Josh, who is just like the caricature of a Reddit telephone tough guy. He talks all big and strong, puffs out his chest over the phone. "Fuck you, bitch. You stole the Legos. Let's tango. Don't tussle with the muscle." That kind of stuff. Like he's recorded melting down and crashing out multiple times throughout this whole thing. And then he's like, "Oh, well, he hurt my feelings. He kept calling us and that annoyed me, so I'm not giving it back. In fact, I don't even think I need to. I took over this store, which means everything in it is mine now." Which, in a surprise to absolutely no one, isn't exactly how that works. And it's something Legal goes in depth on towards the end of the video about, like, the messiness of consignment and stuff like that, and giving examples of, like, how probably don't have the ability to just not give that back. But, again, he's not the only legal analyst that has weighed in on this. There's been so many like lawyers and a ton of like law professionals that have been weighing in on this case because it's just exploded. It's massive. And what's so interesting is how there is so many differing opinions and perspectives from lawyers and experts in law across not just YouTube, but on other outlets as well. There is like no consensus on the whole thing. Some people believe it's a slam dunk case of theft or like a corporate fucking hoo-ha that, you know, they're way in the wrong. And others actually believe that it's not as clear cut as that. The one thing that seems to be agreed upon by everyone is that it is very messy, but Bricks and Minifigs didn't act optimally. They certainly weren't doing the best here, especially not the franchisees. Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson. So even if there is like some convoluted legalese that makes it a little trickier, ultimately nobody handled it perfectly, which has made it become such a nuclear bomb of drama. Now, there has been a lot of new information, like I mentioned, and a big piece of that is calling into question the actual value of the Legos from the very beginning. It has always been alleged $200K worth of Legos, and in fact, that's even what it was marketed as. But apparently that was all just, you know, hype train stuff and not representative of the actual value of the Lego collection. It was all just buzz. So through the Bricks and Minifig investigation, as well as others coming forward and going through it all, the speculation is now that it was around $100K worth of Legos, and that of the remaining Legos that hadn't been sold already, it was as low as $6,200, but that varies from source to source. Because again, throughout all of this, it is still impossible to know what exactly is true and what is speculative. So like finding the truth amongst all of the sludge here is still really difficult. But now there's a call into question about like the total value of the Lego sets themselves. Also, some of them had been returned. Bricks and Minifigs is trying to make the claim that they've been trying so desperately to work with Brian for so long to get this resolved, and it breaks their heart, that kind of thing. When on camera, you can watch the CEO, Ammon, who just did an interview, by the way, that I want to show you some clips from, just outright refusing to even engage with Ben about it or even entertaining the idea of trying to get things solved, instead wanting to go scorched earth off rip, rolling up his sleeves like, okay, let's get after it then. And now all of a sudden he's, you know, the Zen master, he's fucking, you know, peace on earth, why can't we all be friends kind of guy. Like, so he's really changed his tune now, even though on camera before all of this blew up, he was really adamant about, you know, guess we're gonna have to go you know, have a fight about it. So now all of a sudden, Bricks and Minifigs is like, we just want to help, we want to make them whole, when all the evidence points to the contrary for the longest time. And another big piece of this is still about consignment. That has been what the huge part has been for a long time. I'll get to that in a moment, but another thing is about, like, the Gormans, because another thing that's come out is that Crystal had actually had some of Brian's father's Legos at her house, not at the store, which is pretty odd. There was also multiple bookkeeping, which made things even more shady and weird. So there was already a lot of moving pieces here. Now they're also saying that Brian wasn't actually being properly compensated by the Gormans, the previous owners of the location, and that's just unacceptable. So Bricks and Minifigs is stepping up. They're the heroes, actually. We should be rallying behind Bricks and Minifigs, because look at it, look at how much they're doing to try and help the little guy, even though the whole journey here has been them doing everything they can to face fuck him and, like, bury this. So they have really flip-flopped on their tone behind all of this, but they are now providing information about, like, this investigation that they're doing, and others are also investigating independently of Bricks and Minifigs and finding similar things. So it has been quite a lot going on. Another thing that's been called into question is the legitimacy of Ben's claim about their victory in small claims court. That also has a lot of messiness associated with it and a lot of question marks now. So this whole thing is starting to get even more wild and wacky and just this crazy fucking web. Now, I want to show you another clip from Legal Eagle's video in regards to consignment, because like I said, that is still one of the biggest pieces here, and there is, on security camera footage, inarguably, a higher level position at Bricks and Minifigs confirming that they're taking on that consignment liability, which may not be technically binding, but it does seem like that is a big deal, that they did verbally state that that's going to happen. And Bricks and Minifigs keeps denying that they do consignment, and they always train against it. But all the evidence points to, in their contracts, they do allow for consignment. So why are they contradicting themselves? Also, the CEO has become addicted to humiliation. He's doing his own nationwide humiliation ritual and is going on, like, the YouTuber shows where he is, again, contradicting some of the statements that have come forth from the company. So the whole thing is very fucking peculiar. But anyway, here's the consignment piece towards the end of Legal Eagle's video that I think is pretty important to the overall case.
But Bricks and Minifigs Corporate has argued that consignments violated franchise policy or were unauthorized under the franchise agreement. So we took a look at the Bricks and Minifigs 2003 franchise agreement, which does not say that stores can't use consignment. Quote, subject to our standards, specifications, and approval, if we so require, you may also offer the following products and services. Consignment services. And that's just on the first page. And the franchise agreement template reiterates that on the first page, quote, additionally, franchisees may also offer consignment services. And Reckless Ben states in an update that Crystal Law provided the actual franchise agreement that she signed, which explicitly allows consignment agreements. Now, additionally, there are 4 references to consignment in these documents, and none of them are an outright prohibition. And even if Bricks and Minifigs Corporate outlawed consignment agreements, that agreement only addresses the relationship between Bricks and Minifigs and the Gormans, not the ownership of the Star Wars collection.
He goes on to say that that's between the Gormans and Bricks and Minifigs in that case, not Brian. He is completely independent of that, and his property rights are independent of that. He then goes on to give you an example of what he believes the logic that would be applied here would be.
But either way, I don't think that argument automatically transforms third-party property into franchisor property. To illustrate that principle, if a franchisee violated policy by storing a friend's vehicle on business premises, the franchisor could discipline the franchisee and terminate the agreement, but absent some independent legal mechanism, the franchisor would not become the owner of that vehicle. And I think the same logic would apply here.
And to me, that's the simplest way of looking at it, and it's how most people are viewing it, myself included. If you ever been to a dog show with the sole purpose of arguing with the other dudes there about how your dog is the most exotic? What do you mean no? What's wrong with you? You off your gourd or something? This is what sane, healthy people do.
It is what it is. I don't give a fuck. Why? Because it's exotic. This right here, everybody has. This right here, nobody has. Exotic is something. I got the
Ain't nobody got this though.
Everybody got bluffy.
Nobody got this.
Bluffy got
and exotic got the smash mug, not the long snout.
Long snout. How you figure? That's the two fingers.
Snout.
He can breathe. Wait. You got a tail? You got a tail? You got a tail? Oh shit.
It's pure chaos here at the Westminster Dog Show. It's going nuts. There's blood and guts everywhere, and there will be no survivors. Like, this is like a lot of hostility here at the dog presentation. It's like listening to Bills fans and Chiefs fans arguing. All this while holding dogs that they're treating like pieces of jewelry. Specifically, the dude that looks like the Rizzler was set to Wumbo and then found cocaine. The guy that's really like fucking steaming. He just keeps going on about how exotic his dog is and how no one has it as he's like showing it off like a luxury car.
No high rear though.
This ain't high rear.
Stand them
You
up.
crazy?
Stand that
You
dog up.
standing
Stop pulling
up.
that rear back.
Stop pulling over here,
Pulling
baby.
that rear
Come on.
back.
Let's do a side shot.
Pulling that rear
Side
back.
shot. Let's do a side shot. Let's do a side shot. Let's do a side shot.
Buddy tries to call him out for high rear, looking to throw a flag on the play like, nah, it's disqualification, rear too high. And then he's like, high rear, that's the most outrageous thing I've ever seen. I do say, my good chap, that is outlandish. This whole thing is so absurd. And I feel horrible for the dogs here. They all look like they have been bred for the sole purpose of being in these kind of shows from these fucking weirdos. So I imagine they probably have like a lot of health problems. Like, it's no secret, this kind of garbage can cause a lot of like genetic issues in them. And it's very sad. Especially the one that the protagonist here, the main character, is really liking to show off. That poor dog looks like one of the fucking Guardians from Ghostbusters when the main villain shows up. In the way that they're handling the dogs, it's like they don't even view them as a living, breathing creature. They are truly just an accessory that they are trying to win a competition with, and that's all. It's so fucking weird. Now, you may have heard the guy in a coke-fueled frenzy throw down the gauntlet saying, side shot. He is now challenging his heckler here to a side profile showdown. And in the dog world, that's like saying parlay to a pirate. It must be honored. So now they're about to do a side profile 1v1 here on Rust to see whose dog is the most exotic.
Pull him to the side.
Let's go. Side shot.
Put that motherfucker to the side, bro.
Wait for.
Let's see that shit. Fuck
Hold
the
on,
judge
you-
saying you talking that shit.
I'm gonna talk
what
that
the judge
shit.
saying you talking that shit. Let's see that shit. Let's see
What
that
happened?
shit. She got that chihuahua face. That shit ain't got a bully face. She got chihuahua face. That's a fluffy chihuahua, nigga.
It is.
Fuck out of here.
It is.
Get talking that shit.
Get that face. Look at that
You know what
Rico.
I'm saying?
Oh shit.
Talking that
Come on,
shit.
baby. Wrong ass bus. Get that fucking bus out of here.
This is high-level dog management right here from the owners. Did you see that technique? He turns his dog to the side and immediately hits the Ric Flair woos, woo, over and over again. Like, did you see that? What happened? This is some impressively pathetic stuff here. I don't know how these dudes go home and look themselves in the mirror without tears in their eyes, crying at the fact that they're such huge fucking losers. That is shocking to me. Even the dogs look embarrassed to be there with them.
Get that bus out of here, baby. Come on, man. Get that bus out of here.
Your dog's scared, fam. Your dog is scared.
Man, be scared.
Your dog is scared.
He's still more
man.
exotic than yours, though.
You wish.
He's still more exotic than
Long
yours.
hair don't
though.
make it exotic, bro. That's a
So
chow
what the
chow.
fuck? What it makes
That's
it
a
then?
chow chow.
What it makes it then?
That's a chow
What it makes
chow.
it then? Do you have it?
That's
no.
a hairy
Do
mud.
you have
Show
it?
the pedigree.
Do you have it?
Show the pedigree.
Ant-Man, baby.
Ain't no fucking
Ant-Man.
fluffy
Ant-Man,
bullies,
baby.
I can't believe a fight didn't break out right there between those two. The second he called for the pedigree check, oh man, I thought there was gonna be some haymakers swinging there. I thought that was about to get real pugilistic real quick.
Ant-Man all day.
Yeah, show the
Ant-Man all
pedigree.
day.
Show the
I
pedigree.
can show the
Show the
pedigree.
bloodline.
I show
There's
the
somewhere down the
Ant-Man.
line. There's some fucking fluffy down there.
Babe, baby.
Ain't no babe. Ain't nothing babe look like that. Nothing like babe look like that, bro. Nothing like babe look like that.
I know what I did. I know
Hey,
what I did.
it don't look like it.
It don't have to look like it. Don't
You know what
worry.
I'm saying?
Get ready for what's coming, though. Get ready for what's coming.
Oh, I'm
Get
ready.
Man's out here talking like he's in the NBA championship game. Get ready for what's coming. I'm dunking from the free throw line like Air Jordan. I swear to God. Brother, calm down. You're at a dog show. get ready for what's coming. Mayan calendar predicted end of the world's 2012. Guess what? It's 2025. I'm shutting the world down with my dog right here. You're not ready for this.
Get ready. Get ready.
There won't be no long snout shit.
This ain't what snout? What snout? What snout?
That shit more Yorkie than bully.
Let's see who can run and come back without breathing.
That shit more Yorkie than bully.
Let's see who can run and come back.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's see who can
My
run
dog
and come
fully
back.
functional.
He's functional as fuck.
You know what I'm saying? None of
Fully
that
functional.
bullshit.
That's good, baby. Get that clout off of Bluffy. Get that clout off of the Bluffy, my girl.
I don't need clout.
Sure.
I don't need clout. Real bull's back in style. And that ain't no fucking bull.
Yeah.
That ain't no fucking bull.
Yeah, hell yeah, it ain't no bull, baby.
Fuck out of here. That shit mutt.
These owners are getting so feral there for a second. I thought they were about to start eating their dogs there for a moment. Just like actually like, oh yeah, not functional. Well, he can run there and back. And he also tastes great. And then just takes like a bite out of him or something. Shit was going like actually Insano style. This guy's now bubbling over with rage. That ain't no fucking bull! And the other guy's like trying to get on his ass for clout chasing off of his, I think he calls it a bluffy, is what he was saying. I don't really know. But man, they are like actually foaming at the mouth here.
Hell yeah. Let it be a month. Let it be a month. This is the new month. This is the new wave. Look at that front. Come on, baby. Look at that front. I see cameras on this. What about that? Fuck out of here. Get that shit off the table. Fuck out of here.
They looking at that shit because they don't know what the fuck it is. That's why.
They're looking at
That's why. They don't know what it is, bro.
This is the new
They
wave.
don't know what it is.
Trust me.
They don't know what it is.
Trust me when I tell you. The new wave.
There's just no way it can be this serious. Like, what's on the line? What do you win? A year-long subscription to Chewy or something? Like, I cannot imagine it's worth all of this fuss. These two goofballs are about to blow a gasket. They're arguing like it's an Xbox Live lobby. All over this weird dog show that they're at. Also, apparently this isn't that unusual. 4 years ago, there was an actual brawl at one of these kind of things. This was at something called a bully takeover, which I think is probably like the same competition that we're watching this argument at, since the whole thing they were talking about was like bullies and shit there too. So like, it feels as though like this is less of a dog competition and more of like a place where you can bring your dogs and eat some knuckle sandwiches. It's just such an unlikely event to imagine such a heated argument to arise at, or a violent brawl. And it is a violent brawl. Like, it's like a hockey fight. I can't show you any clips because I think the video would probably get taken down or flagged by YouTube. But like, it's an actual like hockey fight where one guy's grabbing the other guy and they're just fucking exchanging blows. And apparently it was a full brawl. It wasn't just those two, but in that video right there, they were like kind of the centerpiece to all of it. So it's just so weird that these dog shows apparently are so incredibly hostile. Like, maybe all the guys who show up are the ones that are actually neutered, not the dogs, so they just go there with a chip on their shoulder or something. I have no fucking clue. But it is wacky to watch. Anyway, I saw this today and I just had to yap about it a little bit. I don't know what animal there won the competition, but really, there are no winners there. And again, I feel so fucking terrible for those dogs. Not only are the owners just loose cannon, unhinged lunatics, but the way that they have been bred, I think no doubt has led to them having health issues, most likely. And that's just super sad. Anyway, that's about it. So, yep. Over the years, you may have noticed there's a reoccurring side character I talk about on my channel from time to time. Someone who is by all possible definitions a hero, a very, very important presence in this country. And unfortunately, the only time his name is invoked is when there are some villains looking to murder him. Literally slit his throat on the street and spill his blood to our dismay. This is a hero that every normal person should be celebrating. It's like Moomin Rider from One Punch Man. Might not be the star of the show everyone's talking about, but it's someone that everyone should support, except for the bad guys. This character's name is Section 230. I got a little lost in the sauce with this introduction here. Section 230 is an extremely important piece of legislation that's been around for coming up on exactly 30 years, 1996. Wow. That really put in perspective how old I'm getting, because I'm 1994. I am older than Section 230, holy shit. But point is, outside of my bones turning to dust and everything, Section 230 is still young and spry and extremely important for the current landscape of the internet and was a fundamental building block that allowed the internet to bloom in the first place. It's extremely simple. Even if you're hitting whippets right now, you'll still be able to comprehend what it's saying. No provider or user of an interactive computer service shall be treated as the publisher or speaker of any information provided by another information content provider. Now, why am I bringing this up now? Well, it's because there seems to be a pretty big push to dismantle Section 230. Actor Joseph Gordon-Levitt actually just made a pretty strong statement in condemnation of Section 230 and how things desperately need to change to save ourselves.
I understand what Section 230 did to bring about the birth of the internet. That was 30 years ago.
You know what else was 30 years ago, Joseph? Your last good movie, dweeb. So even though it was 30 years ago, it is just as important today as it was then. Now, over the years, I'm sure a lot of you have heard me yap about Section 230 a handful of times because the people in power are trying to kill this fucking thing more often than Kenny in South Park. They hate Section 230. When Democrats were in charge, it caught a lot of scrutiny, claiming that it was enabling the spread of racism and harming children. With Republicans in power, they're claiming that it's spreading misinformation and anti-Semitism. This is a bipartisan punching bag that they desperately want to just beat down. It's just been thorn in the side of people that want to control your speech pretty much since its inception. Since the advent of the internet, Section 230 has been a target for people that want to control your speech and infringe on your First Amendment rights, and dismantling Section 230 would fundamentally change the internet as you know it, and that's not an exaggeration to say it. To put it even more simply, Section 230 allows goobers like me to post whatever they want, saying whatever they want, and the platform itself is not liable for whatever I've made or said. That is on me, personally. The platform isn't going to be, fucking dragged through the streets with legs spread like a goddamn Thanksgiving turkey for it and getting blasted by lawsuits or whatever. Now, of course, there are limitations in place when it comes to illegal content, things that actually break the law. That is, of course, a very different set of circumstances. That's a different can of worms, and that's handled differently. But it should be obvious why Section 230 is so important, because if these platforms were held liable for every single thing people post on their platforms, they would get into a lot of hot water, and they would just not allow people to post things. Full stop, because it would be too dangerous to do so. They would need to micromanage and control every single thing that hits the platform in order to protect themselves. No matter how you spin it, this would ruin the internet. It's a pile of dog shit. No matter how much perfume gets sprayed on it or how they want to repackage it, it still stinks. This would affect literally every platform that has anything user submitted in any capacity at all.
And I also understand how the internet has changed since then. Because back then, message boards and other websites with user-generated content, they really were more like telephone carriers. They were neutral platforms. But that's not how things work anymore. Today, the internet is dominated by a small handful of these gigantic businesses that are not at all neutral.
So nothing's changed. Brother, wake up! Stop sipping the stupid potion. These mega corporations, these platforms, they've never been neutral. Just because you want to delude yourself into fantasy land thinking that it used to be neutral just because you didn't want to pay attention doesn't mean that's the actual truth of the matter. They've never been neutral.
But instead, algorithmically amplify whatever gets the most attention and maximizes ad revenue. And we know what happens when we let these engagement optimization algorithms be the lens that we see the world through. We get a mental health crisis, especially amongst young people. We get a rise in extremism and a rise in conspiracy theories. And then, of course, we get these echo chambers. These algorithms, they amplify the demonization of the other side so badly that we can't even have a civil conversation. It seems like we can't agree on anything.
These are the same talking points I've heard for over a decade now, and I'm sure many of you are exhausted of hearing them as well. This is the textbook yap. And now I know I said Joseph was drinking the dummy potion earlier, but the truth of the matter is he's shilling. There are people that are paying a lot of money to try and plant this idea in your brain that Section 230 is a bad thing. It only leads to things like extremism and conspiracy theories and demonization and that kind of thing. That's not true. Anyone who stops and thinks about this for even just a moment, firing on a few neurons, should be able to recognize how outrageous this proposal is. How would shutting down conversation and shutting down the ability to express thoughts and opinions somehow help combat... Ah! He's so fast! Yes! Ooh, that was a good flurry, that was a good flurry. No! How? God damn it, I couldn't get my arm up high enough. Fuck! Nice. Oh, what? I missed. Oh my god! No fucking way that just happened. God damn it, you're lucky it stuck. Okay, you're not that lucky it stuck. That went straight up his asshole. That was huge. Alright, time for the Reaper. With the sickle. I just have to charge right at him. I'm gonna try and stay on the right side, though. Yep. Yep, you like that? Woo! Finally! Alright, who's the champion here? Oh my god, it's Slender Man. Oh, my ear. I can't decide. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Okay, leave me alone. Ah! Okay, we leave the fight another day. I couldn't give up in time. God damn it, that's such a wide range that he has. Holy shit! God damn it. Let me up. Oh, hello? A poltergeist is taking me by my legs. Fuck, let me up! Okay, why is this happening? This is... Finally! Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. He's got me. Unless... Oh my god, I actually squeezed out of there without taking it. Nope, he's got me. Yep, there it is. God, the sickle is just... Or the scythe is just so good. Imagine, though? Imagine, though? Oh, I actually almost got in there. I dove at him and almost weaseled a kill in there. Fuck, man! That weapon is so strong. Because he doesn't have to hit you with it. He can miss, and if you get tapped by the hitbox, like on the way out or something, you just insta-dead. God damn it. No fucking way. Oh my god. No way! What? 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 What is going on with this guy? Now he's beating me every time. All of my good runs. Oh boy. I think he's got me. Yep. 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 I don't know if they've like adapted to my playstyle or something, but man, they are really beating my ass here. Holy. I'm getting just insta-killed. Oh my god! What the fuck? This is absurd! I wanted the fucking stool! That keeps happening! I keep grabbing their body parts! Alright. No way I lose to him again. There's no weapons. There's tiny candlestick. Oh. Yes. Yes! Oh, tiny candlestick. Alright, finally moving on. Nope, I'm dead. Unless, oh my god, okay, I got the separator. No, oh, okay, we got a good hit there. See what I mean, though? He doesn't have to hit for it to be a huge threat. Because if I step on the blade, I lose my feet. And there it goes. Fuck! Fuck! Oh, and the pitchfork, GG. Did you have a weapon? No! Don't worry, I don't think this will even kill you. See? You're fine.
Let me go hands unharmed. I cry mercy.
Oh, hey! Back to my fucking General Zod here. Oh my lord, it gave me the candlestick. That's great news. Okay. Oh, god damn it. Didn't mean to do that. I wanted to switch arms. Well, and then it still fell apart. That's crazy. That is crazy! How did it get stuck? What is happening? That is the one. Oh my god. Case is calling. Where? I don't know what you're talking about. He's not. He said the stab with the knife. Which knife? The knife I just had? Because that knife fucking sucks at stabbing. Oh my god, there we go. Got in with the cleaver, finally, thank god. A weapon. Hey, man.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I got some tips for you.
What's up?
Okay. So I'm watching you. You know I love me some half sword.
Right.
Okay. I'm watching you first off. What I want to tell you, the knife, okay? I heard you make the point that the knife is absolute trash, right?
Yeah.
I fear that, you know, when you get to the dude with the metal helmet and he's using the axe?
Yeah.
The best weapon that you could use against him is that knife, and it'll spawn in the middle.
Is that a guaranteed spawn?
I think it is, but the thing is, when you have a knife, never slash with it. Even like the cleaver, you know how them cleavers and dudes be cutting them steaks with in them cooking videos?
Yeah.
Even that one, if you can get down, all you gotta do is run up, double tap, left click, and aim it at their chest. And if you have the timing right, you'll one-shot everybody.
Okay, I'll give it a try again. I was having no luck thrusting though. It was not working.
But if you double tap left click with the knife, good lord, that was a nice one though. I must give you credit.
Thanks, brother.
That was a good burp right there. But yeah, double tap knife on the dude with the helmet. If you get the accuracy down, you'll literally stab him in the chest. He'll bleed out. It's like a one shot. I'm telling you, it's like a one shot.
Okay, I'll start utilizing that more then.
Yes, Sirski.
All right, brother.
All right, bro.
All right, now it's gonna be
Chat, did I
clean
help
runs. You helped me. Yeah.
Do I leave the Discord call?
Oh, I got it. All right, I'll do more of the thrusting with the knife, but I've had no luck with it. Oh. Hoop. God, it's so much better when it gives you an actual fucking weapon for these guys. Oh god, he's got the toothpick. Oh! Oh! Fuck! There we go. Alright, we're back to Slender Man. Fucking finally back. Alright. Alright. And there it is. Okay. God, his range is unbelievable. I'm just gonna do that to Slenderman. Fuck it. Fuck it. If he runs into it, he runs into it. If not, so be it. Ah! Outplayed. Finally moving on. Oh god. You get that oh my god, it's a 2v1. Maybe I can make them fight themselves. I'm gonna try and lead this guy into the other guy so he pokes him with it. Big brain strats, check this shit out. Ready? Bait it. Bait it. And that couldn't have gone worse. I got stuck on his sword. That's a damn shame. That is a damn shame. Oh my god, I have to do... This